Where we last left our heroes, they had just fled from the town of Shoehill, which had been sieged by kobolds and red dragonborn. Having fled via boat, they encountered a couple octopus things, words on the sea, and decided it would be better to traverse via land instead of facing the dangers of the deep that lay further out in the waters. A few days into their travel, upon camping by the ocean side, the smell of all their cooking fish attracted a family of wolves that descended upon them, making quick work of Jameson, the first mate of Captain Skids. A small funeral was had, and the parties recollected their thoughts and their things to begin the next leg of their journey, heading towards the safety of the town of Beedale, not knowing what sorts of dangers or safeties await them. Perfect timing with the song ending. Fuck yeah, calling it out.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, great.
All right. And away we go. So, let's bring you guys over to the map.
Are socks going to be required for this?
Only if you want it to not be gay. It's only
good
gay
to have
if
them on.
you
I
don't
just
wear
wanted
socks.
Okay.
That's the law of the internet and VR.
Alright.
It's gonna get gay.
Oh shit, is it really though? Oh,
I don't
man.
know. That's up to you. You do you.
No, no,
man.
no. I don't want it. I'm just saying, like, I just want to know if I'm wearing socks, am I going to be protected?
No.
Voice crack though.
There's no protection from life.
There's no protection
No,
from the gay.
socks don't have a water seal on it. You're fucked. Anyway,
My brain is messed up with memes.
I know, right? So, you all have just had your funeral for Jameson. Having saved his hands, Captain, you having his right hand now in your pocket, along with that face-bitten dead crab. And Glorkle having a salted and semi-preserved left hand that may last a little while longer than the unsalted, unpreserved right hand that... Who knows how long that'll last.
I'm just going to keep bones.
Yeah?
I'll wear a bone necklace, then no one will mess with me.
Oof.
And they're like, what's that on you? I was like, it's my first mate.
So, as you guys can all restore any used spell slots, set your HP back up to maximum, you have completed your long rest after the Viking funeral. And you awake on the morning to hear the sound of the waves lapping against the shore. And the day is yours. What do you do?
After a funeral like that, and we're all rested, I say we should keep carrying on. We can't linger here any longer.
Oh, I thought you said we were going to go party. That's what I would.
Why? Well, first off, we're in the middle of the woods. Where would we go to party?
Am I still high at this point?
Not really. It was less of a feeling high and more just it messed with your mind a bit and clouded over your memories. You're starting to get clarity, but you're still coming back from amnesia. But you're starting to remember more.
Okay.
Yeah, I could go for a good meal at a tavern.
Yeah, let's go somewhere nice.
Oh, let's head to town then.
All right.
Cool.
So as you all pack up your things and begin your journey, who is keeping watch throughout the day of travel?
I want to do.
All right.
You want to do it? All right.
Just give me a perception check.
Oh, I'll perception you. I'm gonna find it. Jeez. Oh, I found it. Roll the dice.
Hey, that's pretty good. All right, so managing to keep an eye out, you do notice off in the distance what looks to be kind of a wolf den. You manage to steer. You manage to steer clear of that to the point where you don't seem to be running into anything necessarily violent or hostile. And around mid-afternoon, early evening, you do actually come across a road. It seems to be heading down southeast, kind of in the direction of Beedale. You figure this is probably the road between Beedale and Shoe Hill, one that, traversing through the forest, you previously had not come upon. It's not a very large road, probably wide enough for one wagon to go down, and it's just sort of a packed dirt path. But very distinct among the short grasses and such of this kind of plains land that has opened up, the forest giving way behind you.
What's the weather like?
The weather right now, let's give her a go and see. It's fair. It's a warm-ish day. There is cloud cover, the occasional break showing a nice blue sky in between. But the cloud is obscuring most of the sunlight, so it's a soft light going over this field. Occasional sun ray lighting the grass. But it's definitely... It's warm. It's not super humid, but it's definitely not a dry heat. Yeah, it's comfortable.
Oh, I'm enjoying this. I'm looking down, enjoying the rays in my own little world at the moment.
All right. And as your days travel, the sun does begin to set eventually. You do get a fair way down the path. Would you wish to continue to press on or stop for
I need a
camp?
shower. We should just go for it, because last time we stopped, then all the wolves smashed us up. Jameson's gone. And then...
Yeah, I vote we keep going after every time we've we've been attacked, so best to keep going.
Am I running for food?
Oh, we still have some rations.
Okay. So, after, having a bit of a snack while while moving, potentially hunting small animals here and there, as you guys are pressing on, I'm going to need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Jesus.
Mhm.
Already.
Where did my...
Oh, it's not from combat. This is from pushing yourselves to basically doubling your travel day and going on through the night.
Yeah.
Roll it hard. Okay, maybe too hard.
Oh, how do you do a saving throw?
It'll be your saving throws right to the right of your stats.
Thanks. My saving throws
If you don't have proficiency in a Constitution saving throw, then the check is the same. So.
Okay, we'll just leave it as a check.
All right. So, Captain and Ralra, you do both gain a point of exhaustion from pushing yourselves farther. But Rin, your muscles are sore and aching, but you're pushing through. So what a point of exhaustion means is that on ability checks, you have disadvantage. That's all. The more exhaustion you have, the worse it can get. But right now, it's only affecting skill checks.
Dang.
So you keep pushing forward, and it's... who is helming keeping watch for this portion as you begin traversing down this path through the night? Just being...
I guess I will.
Alright. You do have mildly dim light just from the occasional peaks of moonlight, as well as most of you having natural dark vision.
Okay.
Ooh, hey, Rookie Rider. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Seeing what we're doing with our nerd shit here.
Did you say my mom gay?
No,
What?
you.
No, your mom gay.
No, you.
No, my roommate said my mom gay.
Oh.
No, you.
Ooh. Alright. So as you travel throughout the night, you do hear movement and things out in the sort of in the grasses and shrubbery off in the distance. But managing to keep an eye on where you're hearing these sounds coming from. Nothing in particular
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Nothing
Hey,
in
how-
particular
guys know
seems to
about
be
this?
following you or noticing you
Hmm.
particularly. You're managing to
Okay.
stay relatively safe, especially the roads here are usually a little bit safer because of the occasional bit of travel through them, and they're through less densely wooded areas usually.
I have a question. Can I use this thieves' cant?
Uh,
Maybe there's some secrets on the freaking trees or something. I don't know.
Make a perception check.
Okay. How do you use it? Yeah.
Looking around, it's pretty dark. It's about probably 3 in the morning. Looking through you don't quite see much of anything thieves' cantish out on a dirt path in the middle of a field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna use this later. I just want to know like what it's about. I'm
It's-
reading it.
Yeah, it's mainly like criminal code talk.
No, so basically what I was gonna ask is how do we find secrets? Like we just like I don't know, I'll figure it out I guess, but
Yeah.
do I
It
say, hey, I
depends
wanna
on
go
what
look for
kind of
secrets?
secrets.
Oh, okay.
It'll depend on what you're looking for.
Okay.
All right, so it's about 3 in the morning. Are you going to continue to press on even further and just try and make it there by dawn?
I think
Hey guys,
Mhm.
how are you feeling? I'm feeling alright, but you guys don't look that good.
Yeah, no, fish lady is probably looking pretty shitty. Considering she's going to be the slowest and most encumbered in the group.
Mm-hmm.
what if we spit on you to give you water?
I can
Energize you.
I can just make water or literally dump myself with water.
Oh. Well there goes that plan. Okay, well I guess we could stay.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh, you could take a short breather.
Little cat nap? Okay.
Okay. Just so you know, a short rest will not remove any points of exhaustion. You'd need a long rest for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should do a long rest in case anything happens tomorrow.
Alright, alright.
Okay.
Okay, where do you wanna go? Set up camp.
So you're kind of on the... Yeah, you're just kind of on the road right now. Big open kind of plains. Where would you like to try and find a place to set up camp?
Near the roads, but not so close to it that if somebody is passing by, they'll see us. But close enough that we can at least semi-watch it.
Okay.
Can I sleep in the trees?
Yeah,
Is
I
there
was
any
gonna do
trees,
that too. I was
actually?
gonna ask how comfortable is it.
Alright. It seems like a lot of you are kind of helping to do this. So one of you decide amongst yourselves, one person to make a perception check with advantage to try and find a suitable kind of treetop place to sleep.
Okay, I don't have any, I don't have that green thingy on my perception. It's just white. So if anyone else does, then I think you guys should go.
I have a +3, so does anyone have anything better?
No. We're
No.
equal.
Alright.
When no one in the party has perception as a proficient skill.
Okay,
I have
so
performance for whatever reason. I never made a performance check.
with advantage, oh man, so hang on, I can't add the thing to it. I'll just roll twice.
11.
I'm a fish who doesn't know trees, okay?
You've heard of trees. So you do manage to find you find a small cluster of trees off the about 100 or so feet off the side of the road. They don't look sturdy enough to hold you guys up in the branches, but they may provide some visual cover from surrounding people on the road or anything like that. And it's strange, over this last sort of 8 hours of traveling on this road, you haven't seen any other travelers coming from either direction.
Uh-oh. It doesn't seem very good.
I played RuneScape enough to know what's gonna happen.
What?
I'm sitting camp here.
You're in the wilds. People are gonna tell you to bring all your stuff.
Yeah, and then they're gonna say, "I'll trade you this," and they're not gonna drop it, dude. They never drop it.
You sound like you know from a lot of experience.
Yeah, because I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, buddy.
RuneScape scarred a lot of us back in the day. Anyway, that fucking bank basement, man. Anyway, so as you're all making
can I
camp among
make,
these tree covers, yeah,
My trap thing, my trap rope again.
yeah,
So,
and with that, just make a sleight of hand check.
Your what broke?
nothing broke.
Hey, 27. Shit.
Jeez.
You feel like you're getting really good at making these little warning traps. And with the way that the trees are lined up around you, you do manage to fully encompass your little campsite with basically rope going all the way around, tied to each of these trees with various clangable objects tied to it.
Cool. Oh, I'm feeling happy.
And you feel like anyone who might come upon you in the night who is not careful will definitely make enough noise to probably wake you guys up.
Yeah.
Cool.
No one's coming on us tonight.
It's,
No
Did-
way.
Wait a second. Did you say coming on us?
Yeah, then no one's gonna come on us. We have traps.
Okay. Not gonna question.
Alright, so with only three of us here, three of you guys here, who is taking first watch? You'll all have to do this in some order, I suppose, unless you have no watch for certain shifts.
I think we should
How
do it.
dark
We
is
should
it
do
right now?
Wait, we can just.
The third
Wait, how
watch
dark
will
is
be
it?
during the day, because right now it's about 3:30 in the morning.
Mhm.
I can do it in the morning. Get them some sleep.
Alright, I'll be a
Sounds
middle
like
boy.
an
Malcolm in
alright.
the middle.
I'll be end boy.
Alright. So, Rin, I'm going to need a perception check.
Okay.
Nine?
Cool. 9.
9.
So as you're sitting listening to the wind blow through the grass, kind of occasionally dunk, 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 from your little baubles and such on the ropes. Your watch goes by quite peacefully as you watch the sunrise.
Oh, I talk to my weasel or whisper it to it. When we look at the sunrise. Or sunrise, yeah.
Aww.
It's just gonna click because I still don't know weasel sounds. I haven't looked that up.
They sound horrifying. I googled it. It's no, here. I'll get it. They sound spooky.
Ferret noises. I'm about to.
No,
look up
no.
too.
Weasel. Weasels sound
Oh.
different.
Not
Oh,
as
different.
not as demonic.
Ew.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
They're not as demonic
Yeah.
as fucking koala bears, but still.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
no,
no.
not a koala bear.
This weasel looks exactly like a ferret.
They're similar.
They are both in the same family, but they make different noises.
Hey, the family. Anyway,
Hey,
Familiar.
all right, second watch. Skids, I believe you were taking second watch.
Yeah.
As
Yeah, I'll
the
make my weasel bounce on him to wake him up.
Okay, here we go. I'll do the thing. I'm gonna roll yellow. Oh, you bitch. Eat my butt.
so you wake up particularly groggy this morning, having your point of exhaustion is gone. Wait, no, not yet. Sorry, you still have to take another 4-hour. So not quite yet, but it will be. So you're still very tired. You've only gotten half your sleep. You're kind of in and out of consciousness, not really paying too much attention. But luckily, you don't notice anybody going past. You don't hear any sounds off in the distance. Everything seems pretty okay. As your watch comes to an end.
Here, this is what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna turn off your video. Actually, I'll just make it really, really ugly. I'm trying to turn off your video and only do sound only, but can't. So I'll just make it look where I can't see shit.
Wait, what?
On your channel.
Oh, wait, are you listening to the stream? You getting an echo or something then?
Oh, no. I have the thing muted. I'm just saying, just in case, so I don't see anything on your screen. Just trying to do
Oh,
audio on.
that makes sense.
I wanted to. Oh, I can just pop out chat actually.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
go. And then I'll just.
All right, and Rolra for the final, as Skids makes his way back to have another nap in the morning sun. All right, 14. So you notice now you start your watch at probably almost 11 in the morning. It's kind of a lunchtime bit here, as you've got a couple sleeping companions and. The same thing that you noticed the other day with the road being very untraversed. Still happening. There's been no traffic that you've noticed. No carts, no people walking. Surprisingly, not even bandits accosting anybody on the road. Like, that's... Yeah, the only things that you hear, the occasional wildlife, birds, small lizards here and there. The occasional little snaky snake.
Yes.
And a cardboard cutout of Glorical.
A cardboard cutout that's sleeping heavily.
Just propped up against a tree in like a weird pose.
Can I draw a dick on it?
It'll fade when he stops being cardboard.
Okay, I can still do it though. I'm drawing a dick.
Alright.
When I wake up.
Okay, well,
Alright.
already desecrating his cardboard cutout.
Yep. We desecrate people who don't exist.
True.
Corpses, cutouts.
Yeah, you don't have to remind me.
Oh my god. You're the one who instantly went cut off his hand. Anyway.
I was going to
This
cut off
is-
something else, but you know.
So it's
Oh, gosh.
it's about 3 in the afternoon when your companions wake up as your watch comes to an end and everybody has had a full rest. Your 1 level of exhaustion is gone.
What?
And you figure you have about a day's travel left to Beedale, but maybe 4 or 5 hours of sunlight left. Actually, no, it's middle of June, so probably more hours of sunlight. You'll be able to get there about an hour or 2 after dark.
It's
Yeah, I'll say we keep going.
I asked the group, did you guys see any body while you were watching?
No, I actually didn't notice anybody, and it's a little unsettling, to say the least.
I didn't see
I
nobody.
see at least one person. I mean, at least the wildlife is still around, but I don't feel so good.
God.
Star Turtle feels so
Oh no.
bad.
Spoilers.
Dude, it's been so spoiled. I haven't seen it.
Alright,
At this
I know.
point, I already know the whole
Oh,
thing.
everyone
Yeah.
everyone knows
Okay.
the disintegration meme.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys begin to make your trek along, who would like to be keeping watch for this day's travel?
Okay.
The volunteers, I'll do it.
All right.
I will. Oh, okay.
Okay.
never- No, wait. Do you want to do it? Do you want me to do it?
Rock,
If
paper,
you're helping each other out, one of you can roll with
Sheet.
advantage.
I'll just
Yeah.
I'll give her advantage.
Okay.
Okay. Perception.
And then roll again for the advantage.
So now I'm kind of understanding it. Like, whenever you roll, it's because she got 12. Then she has 3, and then that would be 15, so it adds
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. So 15 perception. As you're going on and you're getting the sun is starting to set and you figure you're only maybe a couple hours out, you start to notice there are patches of this grassland that seem singed.
Oh.
Sort of in kind of wide swaths. Like probably about 15-foot wide patches of just like charred earth. Here and there, not too many of them, but They kind of stand out against the already dry grass. But you notice...
I tell everyone, I'm getting flashbacks of those little dragon people.
Yeah, this definitely seems to be the work of something with fire. What would it be to roll to see if I can tell what caused it? I'm assuming an investigation.
That would definitely be, yeah, investigation check.
Yeah, that's...
Okay. Kind of taking a look at it, with how dry the grass is here mostly, if it was a naturally caused fire, it would have spread in a different pattern. But this seems very much contained and directed, almost as if it just quickly burnt and then didn't spread. Nothing else caught. That doesn't remind you of a naturally occurring fire from like a lightning strike or a dropped torch or anything. This definitely seems like some sort of fire-based attack, be it magical or otherwise. Just something that flash-fried an area, and that's it.
So we're just looking at a field at the moment.
Yeah.
This is just off, you know, a few spots here and there off the path.
Okay.
I'm getting some very bad vibes from this all.
Do you guys still want to push on, or what do you feel like doing?
If we push on, I advise extreme caution.
What about you, Captain?
Yes.
Alright then.
Alright. So as you continue on, after the sun begins to just dip over the horizon, you do see what looks to be the town start to come into view. It does have, you see sort of high wooden walls, sort of logs with pointed spikes on the tops surrounding this town, as well as a moat around the outside of it. As you get closer, the sun is...
Crocodiles, Lindy.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. As you get closer and approach, you notice there is a drawbridge that is down. And you notice torchlight kind of on either side of this large 10-foot gate, where there are a couple people standing there in sort of darker plate mail.
Do they look like kobolds?
Make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Can I roll for insight?
Sure.
Okay.
That was a shit roll.
They are humanoid in shape, and that's about as much as you can tell.
Great.
The insight, just the way that they're standing and carrying themselves, they don't seem to have noticed you yet, but they don't seem like they're doing much more than just standing guard.
This is... Roman's just gonna kind of look up at them again and just look back at the others. I can't tell if they're kobolds or not.
Do you guys want to go around? Maybe keep an ear out for the city? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah?
Considering the burn patterns, we do have to be very cautious. And if these are normal people, then... She turns to look at Captain. You might want to put your disguise back on.
I gotta put him on. I'm putting on my disguise, but I'm also gonna tell you guys that if we go around, then they're gonna think that we're gonna try to break into their fortress, and then they're gonna be mad at us if they're not doing anything wrong. So I think we should just go say hi. Yes.
You know what? You guys can say hi. I will stand behind you a few bit if you don't mind.
I don't necessarily want to say hi, considering I have no idea.
Solstin, can I roll perception, like just around the, like if I see any these kind of messages or whatever, like on the walls or something?
Okay, well the walls are still, you're still probably about 150 feet away from this this gate, which is where the wall is. They're on the opposite side of the drawbridge.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I get closer?
Yeah.
Or do we all have to come?
No, you can.
Lowest or
So as
I'll go talk to them.
all right, so Captain, as you
you're-
approach, are the other two? Are you staying behind, or are you following along?
I mean,
considering.
it won't be threatening if it's just one person.
Yeah. I'm assuming not.
I hope they're like probably some.
All right,
We'll
so
lag
as,
behind just a little bit.
okay. Are you trying to be stealthy behind him, or are you just walking along?
Well,
I won't.
All right, but if you
No,
want
I
to make a
won't.
stealth check, you can. If not, we'll proceed.
I'll make a stealth check.
I want to make a stealth check too, but I do
Shit.
because I
Yeah.
want to be. I just want to like kind of walk up to them, but I don't want them to see me until I want them to see me. Feel me?
Like,
Hmm.
you can, yeah. If you want to roll stealth, you can certainly try.
Okay, dude, I got a +6. This ain't shit.
You're gonna be stealthy.
Nat 20. Holy shit.
Holy shit, you are so stealthy.
So you do some Metal Gear Solid shit, and you start crawling
Oh my
through the
gosh.
tall grass, making sure to not let it move very much, and you get right up to the other side of the drawbridge. And from here, with the torchlight that's kind of illuminating these two figures, you can tell they appear to be. One looks possibly human or dwarf. It's hard to tell, and the other one appears to be half elven. They are wearing sort of dark gray plate mail with some sort of engraved design on the front of it that seems to be kind of like a silvery, just the bare metal engraved design.
I'm gonna whisper to Toblin and tell him, "Look, we found somebody you fit in with. They're short like you now."
What? At which point the guards kind of look over.
God damn it.
Who goes there?
Okay, it's time for me to pop out, and then
Yeah, we all emerge, I'm assuming. Considering our position is given away.
Giving the fucking Toblin the floor.
Tomlin.
You guys have some nice armor. My name's Captain Skids. And these are my
No.
friends. What? Hello?
Just gonna see.
I facepalm.
I also facepalm.
Oh shit!
You have your disguise on.
have
You're
it.
so
No,
Oh,
no
shit,
disguise,
no.
no nothing. It's
Oh my
already
God.
happened. They kind of
No.
one of them just kind of nods. The shorter one, just kind of nods. The taller one, hold on.
Oh shit! Why?
That name's a bit familiar.
No! I said Captain. I said Slids because I slide. I'm a slidey boy. I slide. I'm greasy.
Make a deception
greasy.
check.
Deception? Oh my god. No,
With disadvantage because of how flustered you were.
Oh shit balls. Hold on.
You know what you
Oh.
should do?
No, that's
Tell
not my
the people
disadvantage. I
that
gotta
you're
do-
banned from that who you are with no disguise.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
God
nat
damn.
one.
Jesus.
Oh.
Like, all right. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, can I tell him again? I don't remember. I just now figured out who I am. Don't know what happened between us all, but I think we should all just have a nice drink together.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He kind of, the taller one, the half elven one, looks down to the shorter guy. Which, as you look, he seems to have a mix of human and dwarf features, and you know, you've heard of half dwarves, but it's rare. He kind of looks down like, so, Aaron, look, seems we're about to get a promotion today.
No. No.
Possibly.
Oh no. My mom was a
Finally.
half elf.
A little bit of good to come out of this fucking shite mess.
Oh god.
As he approaches, he's gonna just... Rolra, do you have holy symbols visible on your person?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. As he approaches, he kind of stops for a second, and looks at you, specifically at your holy symbol. Are you traveling together?
Wow.
Great concern.
He's sick in the head, I
Yes.
whispered.
All right. This might be both of our lucky days then. So,
Okay.
let me escort you to the Ministry Hall. There might be use of someone... Are you a religious type? I see the symbols.
Yes, I am indeed a cleric.
Are you good with undead?
Oh yeah.
Skits. Yes, I am. Is there something going on?
I'll let one of the ministers fill you in on this, but we've been looking for people, and not many people, obviously, after the... Have you heard of the attacks?
We experienced some of the kobolds, if you're talking about them.
So I take it you probably came from Shoe Hill then.
Yeah.
Right, terrible business up there. They were hit worse than we were, but not without our casualties. Luckily, our walls are fortified and stopped most of the assault, but the Wyvern Riders are what got most of our people. So, we have a bit of an issue in the aftermath of all this. Come with me. Aaron, watch the post.
Wait, can I hang out with Aaron?
You're coming with
Where are we
me.
all going? Oh, okay, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
The half-dwarf kind of like, I don't want to fucking babysit you.
Okay.
Get out of
Oh,
here.
so it's the elf who's escorting us, correct?
Yes, the half-elf is escorting you in.
Oh, nice.
So he sort of leads you across the drawbridge, and you notice there's a small kind of building just on the inside of the gate, where he kind of stops for a moment, knocks on the door, and another guard comes out. They exchange a bit of words, and the guard that had come out goes and takes his spot. So there's still 2 guards guarding the entrance to the town.
While we're walking, can I do the thieves' cant thing? I've been wanting to the
Yeah,
whole.
me too.
Yeah. So both of you can make separate perception checks, just looking to see if there is anything written anywhere.
Okay.
And as this is happening,
Mm-hmm.
so he visibly looks like a half elf, correct?
Yes.
So Rora is going to turn to him and say to him in Elvish, "So, how bad is exactly what he did?"
Why would you ask him that?
Well, you don't understand. She's speaking in Elvish.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
speaking in Elvish. You can't
No, I'm
understand.
not saying that in character.
Oh, okay.
That's-
So he responds back.
Mhm.
Well, he racked up a pretty sizable debt at one of the more prominent houses of favor. So, when he tried to skip town on the bet, well, there was a price put out on his head, but we'll see what the ministers have to say. Possibly, if you are traveling with him, he may be able to work off his debt.
Okay.
Wait a second. Wait just a minute. Wait a minute here. Hold on. So, hold on. Are these elves magic? Are these people magic people?
I mean, you don't know. Not everyone is a caster just because they're an elf. That's racist.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
racist. God, I'm a fucking half elf. Racist.
Okay, I'm just gonna whisper to you what I think is happening here, and I know what's happening now. Here. Okay, hold on.
She's going to continue speaking in Elvish to him. She's just
Oh my
gonna
God.
kind of look around a bit and be like, "So, be real with me. How bad is it?"
Well, I've heard the price on his head is about 2,000 gold, so that's probably a pittance of what he owes.
Oh dear God. She kind of slowly puts her hand over her face and pinches the bridge of her nose. And she kind of looks back up at him and she's like, "From one half elf of it to another, despite us being obvious different other halves, How much shit do you think I would get in for simply being around him? Now, mind you, I had no idea it was anywhere remotely.
Oh, if you
like
weren't there
this.
for the crime, you're probably fine.
Okay, thank
Possibly.
goodness. Possibly.
As he turns back and continues walking.
Oh, shit.
So,
Can I talk to Skids and Thieves Man?
yes. So
Mm.
as this conversation in Elvish is going on in front of you guys
Yeah.
kind of hang back and begin to speak in code.
Captain, we might be able to get off a bit easier. I'm not saying you were able to get off, but just say you're, under the influence of drugs. Maybe they sell it here and you want to help stop their, I don't know, them selling it? I don't know. Maybe. Just,
Yeah.
throwing some stuff out there, yeah.
Yes, I
Say
definitely
you're
have
crazy.
a plan. But
Mhm.
I don't know if I trust. What's her name?
She has helped us from being unconscious and, saved our lives a couple of times.
Yes, but in the past, she hasn't been very teammatey.
Teammate.
With me, at least.
Well, I don't blame her. She, you not all there, we just want to be safe.
I'm keeping an eye.
Boy, if Rolra could understand that, she would be seething, considering how many times she fucking saved you and healed you.
Well, she can't, so don't even.
That's
And
fair.
I'm also gonna call her a salmon smacker.
Oh my god. Oh, that's a slur.
That's
Rin covers her
Rin-
mouth like,
But I still appreciate her. But still, she's salmon.
Rolra's just gonna kind of look over at them because she heard a gasp and she's like, "Is everything okay?"
oh yeah, Captain just said a lewd joke. I'm not used to those. Sorry.
All right.
Finish,
No, it's no
please.
problem. I was just asking.
I'm gonna look at her and give her the heart hands. Yep, deception that shit.
Aww.
Oh no! Don't do that.
I'm glad you're starting to feel better, buddy. I was just asking him how bad everything was. Apparently you racked up a very sizable debt, and that's what's going on. Hopefully whatever we're about to do will work off that.
I'm gonna look back at and just tell her that. I forgot what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is, still keeping an eye. She might be trying. Maybe she's using fish tactics on me. I don't know. I don't know how this works.
You're insulting her in private, and she's being super sweet. in
I
front of you.
know.
Sorry, I get it.
I'm gonna look at her and just give her the heart hands again. Okay.
All right.
Rose just gonna kind of put a hand over her heart, like, "Aw."
All right, so as these conversations have been going on, this guard has been leading you toward sort of a larger building further on into town. As you're passing the houses and shops and such that you're seeing along the way are a little bit more affluent looking than the little backwater town of Shoe Hill. This is sort of a medium-sized town.
Okay.
And as he leads you on towards a bit of a central building, kind of a town hall-looking structure, with a couple larger spires that go up maybe 4-5 floors. Kind of looks like a miniature parliament building. He leads you up to the front, where there are a couple more guards posted at the front door. I've got a couple people to bring in. We've got the infamous Captain Skids.
I
remember that guy.
Oh.
Alright, bring him on in. Who's the others? Oh, there.
Rover kind of just waves a bit.
Can I roll a survival for so my stomach doesn't growl so loud? Like if it's,
Sure.
like if it's bad, then it's gonna be really loud.
Okay.
Hungry.
Oh yeah, there you are.
Did you get my whispers, Solstin?
Yep.
Okay.
And I won't. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Who knows? So
Who
okay.
knows?
So you can kind of muffle it.
Okay, good.
These people, they may be able to help with our problem. Oh. as there's a moment of silence. There's just the faintest stomach rumble, but nobody seems to notice. As the guards kind of open the door and lead you guys in. In the foyer of this building, there's an older gentleman at the desk. Appears human, balding, with just kind of gray tufts of hair on the sides. Very thick half-moon spectacles. Wearing just black robes with a single kind of golden voice crack, single golden chain around his neck.
Yes, it's not me finally.
With the voice crack.
Yeah.
There's a lot of yelling last night. Oof.
Can I roll insight on the demon?
Sure. He appears to be kind of going through signing some documents and going through paperwork. Seems overworked, a little stressed possibly. You notice him rubbing his temple a little bit. Definitely bored. As he kind of looks up.
He's gonna give him taming now.
Ah, yes. Okay, what do we have here? We've got a couple people here. The bounty for Captain Skids. But as well, he kind of just leans in and whispers. And suddenly the older man's face lights up a little bit. Ah, perfect, yes. Please step into my office here. As he kind of motions to a door just to the side of the desk.
I don't think he said that. not whoever you talk. Not in game. Talking to J-Dog.
Yeah, you need to vanquish your enemies? Nope. I definitely did not say that yet.
Yeah, I think.
So he leads you into a not the largest office, but a smaller kind of office. There's bookshelves, big wooden desk. All right, so my name is Orlon of the Black Ministry, and I've been told that you are a priestess or a cleric of some kind.
I am indeed a cleric.
Excellent, excellent. And the criminal and you and the Silent Snake Man, what are the rest of your talents? And are you looking to pick up work? Of course, to avoid your friend here from, well, being imprisoned.
I can do some pretty cool backflips. Just like the others. Pretty cool.
She's also a very good rogue and thief. So,
And stealth. I haven't stolen anything.
She hasn't stolen anything, it's just a term of phrase.
All right.
She's a very good rogue, I should say.
I nod eagerly.
And,
Just keep your fingers not so sticky and we'll be fine.
And the Skids here, she kind of pats his shoulder a bit.
Don't you dare!
Oh.
I know what you're doing.
No, this is something she'd actually do.
Okay. Okay.
So Ruma kind of pats his shoulder and she kind of motions him. Despite him previously being known as a criminal here, he is currently without most of his memories, and he's trying to turn over a new leaf and feels very bad for what he did here, so he's willing to help in whatever we need.
Yeah, he ate some crazy sauce and spaghetti sauce and made him a bit cuckoo.
Just make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion.
Oof.
Her and me, or just roll
Can I persuade
just
them
roll
to accept this as well?
I'm assuming I can't get advantage on this.
No.
Not for this one.
Okay.
Good roll, please. Dick.
Decent. Well,
Decent.
we'll definitely keep that in mind, and that may temper the judgment, and also depending on if you so accept the little bit of help that we will request of you.
Okay. Well,
So,
what is this quest?
as I'm sure you know, the attacks on some of our towns have not been an isolated incident. We've heard reports that Shoe Hill is all but mostly decimated.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We have had a couple stragglers come and seek refuge within our walls. We were hit comparatively harder, but we have proportionally a much larger defense force here. Being the main port in and out of the country, you see, that offers us a little bit more in terms of the guard. Managed to stave off most of the attack, but we did have several casualties, as well as many buildings were lost in fires when the dragon flew past. Anyway, we've had a bit of an incident post-incident. The crypt where we've had many of our dead interred, and we're in the process of doing funeral rites and embalming rituals and things of that nature. Something awoke down there. Something... I don't have all the details. See, our clerics, some were killed, apparently. We haven't been able to recover the bodies, but those that fled said something evil awoke and was reanimating some of the dead. We have sent a few guards down there. Well, one of them hasn't stopped mumbling and shaking since. So needless to say, apparently, our guard is not well equipped to deal with whatever undead threat is down there. Which is unfortunate because we pay a lot to have them trained, but apparently to no avail. So we've been hoping that someone would come by, and apparently you may just have that skill set. I hope. I'm willing to offer a partial to possibly full pardon for this sex-crazed ruffian who likes to rack up bills.
Okay.
No, shut up, Alexa. I'm not talking to you. Stop.
The sex-crazed ruffian.
Apparently.
Alexa's just like, I'll add it to you.
She's like, I'm not too sure what you meant by that.
But I'm interested.
What's that? Add big black dildos to the shopping list? No.
You want me to book an appointment?
Do you want me to book you an appointment with the big black dildos?
Oh my god. Where were we? Wow.
Talking about full or partial
Right.
pardon for the sex-crazed.
Right. So, a full or partial pardon for him, and possibly a monetary reward, as well as accommodations while on this little endeavor, if you so prove successful.
Okay. I will take this.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll for my stomach again.
He kind of looks, He pulls a small, kind of flat-ish, round, metallic piece from his pocket and looks at it. I would recommend either giving me your answer now, or if you need a bit of time, find lodgings quickly. It won't be long now before the streets aren't exactly safe, and you'll see what I mean if you look out a window.
Okay. So, are they more active at night or during the day?
Oh, definitely at night. We've had some restless spirits even walking the streets at night. They don't seem to enter any buildings, for the most part. But it's been getting worse ever since the attack, the last few days especially. Something is angering these spirits, giving them unrest.
Probably all the dirt, the fire, maybe.
It could very well be. All of the people that we've brought down to the crypts have indeed recently died violent deaths, and if our clerics are to be trusted, even though they're cowards, they said that would most likely be the cause of what's going on. So how to fix that is not within my wheelhouse. I'm legal administration and bookkeeping.
Okay.
So I am willing to offer a pot of 200 gold to be split amongst you if you are
Alright.
successful in putting a permanent stop to this threat.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Whew.
I will need some supplies beforehand, but I'll be able to do this.
What would you
Did you
require?
hear my stomach growl?
So, yeah, I heard your stomach growl, so
Mhm.
we'll kind of slowly put a piece of ration in your hand.
I've just been dancing.
Um, just basic cleric needs, holy water, maybe powdered silver, so I can at least give us protection spells before we do anything far too dangerous. Maybe a bit of time to speak with my god and hope that they will grant me protection during this trying time.
Are you speaking in
Alright.
English or Elvish?
English,
Oh,
or common, I should say.
I
I'm
would
just a captain.
check with the
medicine.
temple for the holy water, and they may have powdered silver or perhaps the blacksmiths.
Oh, I can make holy water. Just give me a kitchen and I'll boil the hell out of some water. It'll be holy water.
You can shoot holes in it.
It actually
Okay.
needs to be blessed by a higher priest or cleric, but so that's a really funny joke.
Oh, that explains it. Okay. The more you know.
Hmm.
I'll go back to
I
eating.
could make some holy water if it was needed, but it would take a bit of time.
Just
Can I high
mention-
five the guy and say, I'm in? I'm down, man.
Please don't touch me.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Oh,
go
I
back
know
to
where
my-
you've been. I've read the file.
Oh, wait,
the
can I read?
file.
Wait, can I read the file? Can I read a little bit of the file? I don't remember anything. I've been eating mushroom spaghetti.
I won't let you read it, but let me dictate some of it here. Let's see.
Okay, okay.
Failure to maintain contract of payment. Public violent intoxication.
Ooh,
Petty theft. Petty larceny. Assaulting a pig.
oh,
So,
okay.
Rose just kind of slowly look at him and be like, "A pig?"
Is a pig alive?
Yeah.
Sodomy on that list.
Did it feel violated?
Sodomy in public.
Oh, well,
Oh.
okay. Alrighty.
Remember, kids, sodomy can be classified as oral or anal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
What do you
Stop
mean?
in the X.
Sodomy is basically anything that's not vaginal.
And we're demonetized.
Well, no. So
Just fucking bleep.
it's
Just
a
put it.
definition.
TOS,
the Bible
TOS.
verse over.
It's a definition. It's
Alright.
okay. I'm reading Webster's dictionary.
Okay. Moving on. Webster's
Next
Dictionary is
sentence.
not safe for work.
Wait, did you upload the vid? Did you upload any of these yet?
What?
Did you upload any? You said you were gonna upload. Edit one.
Oh, I rendered the first episode last night. It'll be up on YouTube. I keep saying it soon, but you know.
Can I
We're
roll
also
for
just gonna-
perception to see if there's anything that stands out?
Sure. What are you looking for in particular, though?
Like, an old, like, some kind of, book that documents their history or whatever.
Okay, just make a perception check.
Can I make a sleight of hand? Because no, that won't work. I was gonna say because when I went to go, no, it's too late. Never mind. It's all good.
Rose is gonna kind of take a slightly deep breath, but then just gently clap her hands together and nod. Okay, that's a very long list of things, but it's okay. We can clear his name.
I'm sure if you save any of our people from being killed further by the aftermath of people being killed, I think we can forgive some debaucherous nature.
And I
Yes.
promise I will not allow him to do anything else like that while we are here.
Good. And Rin, as you're looking around, you look at the bookshelf in particular, there are a lot of what appear to be legal records, books of laws, things like that. You do notice one that may be a history book, but more so related to the history of various crimes and legal outcomes. So sort of a legal precedent history
Okay.
for the town in particular.
I asked man, hey, to help out in investigation, could we maybe history on this town? You know, just to see why the spirits are mad and all that. Might help us.
Well, I do know a little bit about the history. What in particular? We haven't had much in the way of undead. At least not
As
for
they
a
are
long
talking.
time.
Any weird cults or murders, maybe?
Murders, always. That's sort of part and parcel with society, unfortunately. But cults. The last cult we had... was quite a while ago, actually. I'd say... somewhere around 50 years or so, right before the Inquisition, actually. But they were squashed out during that, when the Patros Holy Lands had their little escapades getting rid of all the wild magic sorcerers. So we haven't really had much problems with necromancy since then.
Where was your last location that you
Of the
found them?
cult?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The Inquisition found them. They keep their own records.
Okay, well,
Did they have any
Okay.
sex? Was it a sex cult?
I hope not. They dealt with corpses.
Mm.
I don't know. I was only about 20 then.
oh, okay. Thank you. I can't think of anything at the moment, but I'm sure we can ask you, right? For help?
Yes, well, if there's any additional information you need, please, come and ask me. I want this issue dealt with quickly. Every night we have at least a couple people wake up just cold, dead, occasionally singed for some reason.
It's gross.
Nothing's really lining up with this.
Hmm.
Especially since no one's seen any of these spirits enter or exit buildings. It's almost as if they're not allowed or something.
As they are talking about this, Rose is gonna kind of half crouch, kind of squat down to Skid's level, and she's going to, like, very gently place her hand on his shoulder and be like, "I'm going to ask you this very nicely, but while we're here, please don't get drunk. Please don't cause trouble."
Okay, I'll try to do the other one, but the drinking thing is important. I need
Well,
the drinks.
The thing is, if you drink, you kind of get a little out of hand, and if I'm focusing my attention on trying to fix this, I also don't necessarily want to have to watch out for your back.
Does
of-
drinking bring my intimidation up though?
No.
No.
Oh, fucked up balls. Whatever, I'll take a sip. I won't drink to get drunk. I need to calm my nerves. Jameson just died.
Okay, I
I'm
know.
feeling sad.
I know, buddy. It's okay. And she's gonna hold out her hand and kind of raise her pinky finger. Please promise me you're not gonna do anything too bad.
I'm gonna pull out Jameson's hand so that we can like triple pinky.
Oh, God, what is that smell?
Why?
What?
No, it's my first mate. He's fine. Remember Jameson? He's a big guy.
Rola's gonna want to kind of pull back her finger a little bit, but she'll commit to it to make Skids happy.
How bad
Yes.
does it smell, Solstin?
We're all in
Um,
this together.
It's like when you leave meat out too long.
Wait,
kinda
and
got
then
that-
can I ask-
It's got that metallic smell to it.
I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
the human guy. Do you guys have any like perfumes or anything?
Did not throw up.
That would
Okay, I-
probably... The church may have
I
perfumes
think
and such.
neither one of us throw up.
Even the crypt will probably still have embalming utilities. You may be able
Okay.
to use some of those while you're down there. They're obviously not being used right now.
Listen, I'm gonna fix your problem. I just need to get this hand smell good because I'm gonna keep it for a long time.
That's
Need to embalm this.
We'll embalm
With
it
all-
while we're down there.
all due respect. That's fucked up.
He's my
Us-
first mate. There's a long story.
All right, I'm sure it is.
Do you want me to open up a window for you, sir?
I'd like you all to leave, please.
Okay, that's fair.
Actually, wait, hold on. He kind of gets his quill out and begins to
Don't.
Pull
Oh,
a
no.
piece of paper out and begins writing. I'm going to need all of your signatures here. This is a contract of payment, so that there is a legally binding contract that if you go to complete this, then you, upon completion, you will receive your rewards. He kind of hands over the paper and quill, and there's a section at the bottom to sign.
Can I do a fake one? Oh, this is gonna be bad.
If you would like.
Deception.
Hang on, I need to.
Okay, this is gonna be weird. Deception, but instead of charisma, your dexterity check. Or so, basically, are you proficient in deception?
I'm not.
Then just a dexterity check.
Okay.
Because you're sort of
How do I
lying
whisper
through
to people
penmanship.
again?
/W, their name, and then the message.
Oh god.
It doesn't look proper.
Sorry, I'm illiterate. I come from tribes.
That's alright, as long as it's legible.
Okay.
Can I ask you if I can go ahead and just write in a little stipulant to this contract? I want a hug from you and anyone else I was mean to at the end of this.
I can't guarantee that, but you can certainly ask people.
Well, I'll be asking. Don't worry about that.
All right.
No.
I'm unfortunately unable to add that to the contract, as I can't guarantee the wills of others. Coin I can.
Whatever, I'll sign it.
Did someone say my name?
No one said your name.
I heard Toblin.
I asked. Okay, there you are. I see you. Okay, hi.
God.
I've been crawling along behind you. No, I've been
no.
carried by the silent snake man.
Where's his leg, by the way, at this point?
It's still in Gloracle's packages.
Oh
But-
no.
Rover's
Gloracle's
gonna.
just holding body parts and a severed-legged man.
It's just a cardboard cutout with a bag, bro.
He's inside the.
Just
He's
slowly,
inside the bag.
and no one's paying any attention to the fluids just leaking out of the bag.
Oh god.
Did you see my whisper?
Yes.
What should I roll to bullshit? Okay.
Yeah.
Deception.
But instead of charisma, dex.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So so it's sort of
Am I gonna be the only honest one here?
hieroglyphic looking some form of symbol. Or yeah.
I'm not simply used to writing my name in common. I apologize.
That's all right. A signature's a signature.
I'm gonna sign my name, but I'm gonna put a smiley face and a heart at the end.
Okay.
Is it like 6 p.m. right now?
At this point, it's more like 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the sun's gone down before you even showed up.
I asked Toblin if he wants to go outside and look at the stars.
All right.
Was it I or what?
All right. Indistinguishable old man noises.
Oh, what? No,
Oh, oof.
nothing happened. It's okay.
Flaws.
It's empty.
No
It's empty.
flaws. No
It's empty.
flaws.
Everyone already knows my flaws. Oh man.
All right. So,
Oh, can I ask him if there's any? I don't know. Maybe not. Is there any ladies around tonight?
I would
No,
advise you to
no,
probably not.
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay.
That's what got you in that mess in the first place. Oh,
Is
by
that
the way,
Perception?
the
It's
crypt.
getting really dark now.
Sure, yeah. By the way, the crypts are near the graveyard, which is just off to the west of the temple.
Okay. Well, can I start heading there? I gotta get this hand fixed up.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm heading there. Alright, guys, I'm heading to the crypt. Gonna go get the James skin hand
I yell
all
out,
settled.
"Wait, it's Dak! He said something about spirits roaming around
Oh, okay.
at night."
Okay. All right. Oh, never mind. Well,
We should wait until the day.
okay.
Unless you guys want this urgently taken care of, then we could brazenly try to face the spirits, but it might lead to issues.
I'd rather
What
not, thank you.
Is there any candles around? Can I dip his hand in candle wax for now?
Why would you do that? That's a bad idea.
They're, make a perception check.
I'm trying to get it preserved, man. He's leaking.
No, dipping hands in candle wax melts flesh.
Yeah, but I was a bone necklace anyway.
So you look around. There aren't necessarily any candles. You figure inside, this being a wooden interior building, there are light sources, but they appear to be kind of small stones or gems embedded on what looks like a torch sconce.
Dang. Candle wax doesn't melt flesh, so people pour that on themselves all the time when they're getting freaky deaky.
If it's decaying flesh, it actually does melt it.
Because decaying
When
flesh
have you
can't
When
fix
have you
itself.
poured decaying flesh? When have you poured candle wax on decaying flesh?
Okay, pouring candle wax on normal skin actually melts through the top layer, and this is just from basic knowing of how burns work on decaying flesh. It does melt and burn it far more than.
I'm about to light my candle right now. I'm lighting this candle, guys.
No, you heal because you're alive.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine with it.
Unless
since
you're actually
literally
dead.
Burn through a top layer. You can get first and second degree burns, but if you try to burn actual dead skin, it's not going to go very well.
Okay, well, I'll believe you for now. I'm just saying, I have a candle right next to me right now. I'm about to.
Yes, you can live. You'll get like second degree burns at worst.
I've seen one to decay, guys. I know how they heal.
Oh my god. All right. So, what is your plan of action? As you're kind of at the door to leave this building.
Tavern, lodging, sleep.
Yeah, we should find lodgings and wait it out until the morning.
All right. So you did
I
notice
mean,
on your
that's
way
close to us.
being guided here that probably about 2 blocks down, back the way you came, you did see a building that appeared to be a tavern of some sorts. Although the windows all had their shutters drawn, but you did notice light from the inside.
Mm.
Or shutters were closed. Yeah, drawn means open. Yeah. I think.
Drawn means open, yeah.
Yeah, so the
Oh,
shutters were
drawn.
closed.
How far away is the church?
The church is not quite sure. You're given kind of a general direction of it. It's a little bit more western into the town, but how long of a walk it is, you're not quite certain. But you figure
Okay,
it's maybe a
looked it up.
5-minute walk down to the tavern.
Looked it up because still have trouble with English sometimes. Drawn can mean shut or open.
Oh, perfect.
Hey.
Excellent.
Guys, we do want to go because it's getting dark and I don't like spooky spirits.
Oh, it's already been dark.
And we definitely need to find lodgings very quickly. Does any look like? Oh wait, I'll probably have to roll a perception of this. I'm gonna try to see if one looks like visibly a tavern or an inn on the outside.
Oh god. Hoping I don't go to that one that everyone's
Oh
talking to me about.
no! Oh no! True. 13.
Okay, if I get slapped, I just know I'm gonna get slapped.
Looking around at some of the buildings just in the general vicinity, knowing that there was a tavern further down, but trying to find one that's a bit closer. There's one building that looks as though it could be a tavern, although it's quite small. It looks more like just a general inn that might have a bar in it, as opposed to an actual bar with rooms.
Well, we could try here.
Okay, can I put on my disguise? I know it probably doesn't matter, but I just feel like I need it.
Yeah, you can put it on. You have to roll to.
It'll take a bit of time.
Yeah.
I'll do this. I'll just do it like a man. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's brave whatever this place is.
Okay. So, heading out into the streets, you head down just towards this quite close building. It's only down, 5 buildings or so.
Mm-hmm.
And just on your way there, everybody just make a perception check.
Oh boy, another perception.
Oh.
Shit.
All right.
Okay.
So, Rara, you're the only one who notices this, but as you're going, you do hear just... It's hard to tell which direction, but somewhere in the distance, all you hear is like a... Just like ghostly...
Mostly moans and groans.
Pretty much, yeah.
Rora's going to look very vigilant and kind of move the others kind of closer to her as they walk.
Okay. Getting up to the building, the door does appear to be unlocked. And as you step inside, I take it, you met with a cozy yet warmly lit interior. It's only about 7 tables. A few patrons. There's a couple people playing a card game in the back corner. Sort of a one woman drinking on her own. Not a whole lot going on here. There does appear to be a dwarven man, sort of dark brown hair, big beard, just behind the bar.
All right.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hey, you're a different face. You're not a different face, but most of you are different faces. Heard what you did down the road there.
Yes. What's your name? What's your name?
Thank God we didn't go down the road.
My name is Bjorn.
Bjorn. Yes. I don't remember. I've been eating mushroom spaghetti.
Hello,
Spice.
Bjorn.
Hello. Hey, mushroom spaghetti. That sounds pretty run-of-the-mill normal stuff. Anyway, how can I help you?
Rooms open?
We do have a couple of rooms, yeah. Got about 2 left. We only have 3 in total anyway, but yeah.
Any way we could get those? How much are they?
Absolutely, it's 2 silver a night per room.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of search through her pack. Like, alright, yeah, I have enough.
Alright,
How
Should
much
we-
1 gold is 4 silver?
1 gold is 10 silver.
She's gonna look up at Rin and Skids. And should we share a room or should we get 2 separate rooms?
I look at Skids.
I don't
You're
mind
not gonna
sharing.
be on any intoxicating stuff, are you?
No.
I don't want to be like that pig.
And don't
Oh my
forget-
god, you're
Oh my
not gonna
God.
be like that pig. I don't even remember the pig. I don't know what the pig is about. The pig is alive. The guy is defaming me. I don't know what.
I look at Rolla.
Hmm?
Give her like you should be. Do you think you'll be alright?
And she kind of places both of her hands to her cheek, very flustered. I've never shared a room with a man, so maybe we should get separate rooms.
Glorical kind of pipes up. I agree. Separate rooms would be better.
Keep forgetting me off guard. We're cut out
Yep.
global.
I'm just
yeah.
trying to save my money, Ren. If you want to share a room, don't worry about me. I'm not trying to get freaky deaky. I just lost Jameson. I'm gonna cry. Okay.
Freaky deaky.
How loud are you gonna cry? Cause you know. you're
Soft crying, just a little bit of the like that. You know, I just gotta let it out a little bit.
Okay, sure. I'm cheap. I mean, like, I don't want to say no. I'm not.
Oh my god.
Rain wouldn't know when Rain wouldn't know. So yeah, don't do that.
Alright, yeah, but let's get separate rooms.
Me and the captain will share a room, I guess. My weasel can watch over me.
Can I request we actually share rooms? I've just gonna kind of put her 2 index fingers together and kind of wiggle them a bit and look down at her feet. I've still never actually been in the same room with a man at night, so I would.
Would you like to?
I would kind
Yeah,
of.
what about fucking Toplin?
I'll
Huh?
sleep. I could
So
sleep with the
that's a lot of
snake
gold.
man. You know, a nice woman would be great.
Just Aurora's gonna get progressively more flustered until her face is a bit of a lighter shade of red, and she kind of just.
Remember, I'm very old. I might be dead soon.
Tell him you're a virgin. Just say it, man. I'm gonna whisper that to him.
No,
Tell
I'm not.
him you're a virgin too.
Very loudly you respond,
I'm not gonna lie.
Shh, shh. Shut up or else I'll cut off your other leg. I'm trying to help you out.
I've already lost both of them.
Oh, dang it. I'll cut you somewhere.
I'm gonna pay for my room.
Yeah, we're just. She's gonna also just kind of like put the other silver towards that room and just kind of half-heartedly pout at Skids, being like, "You shouldn't try to get people to lie to me."
No. I was saying, yeah. I'm ready to pay. Ready to go to sleep. Time for bedtime for me.
all right. All right, thank you. And
I'm
we've
gonna
got
high
a bit,
five the guy.
Any drinks for you? Drinks.
Oh,
We've got a
yes.
little bit of. I don't have too much in the way of food, but we've got a bit of ale, got a bit of
Do you
stronger
have
stuff.
Potato?
I
Do you
don't.
have potato?
I don't have potatoes. I
Okay.
don't have much.
How about an ale? I'd like that. Make me sleep nice.
That I can do. I can definitely
Fucking
positively
high-five
do
guy.
that. All
High
right.
five that guy.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that's not very alcoholic?
She likes water.
Let me check.
Oh, I can have water. I just want something non-alcoholic. I
Let me
don't.
check if there's even water.
Okay.
And he kind of like rummages through some bottles on the back shelf and kind of looks under the counter. Closest thing I got to non-alcoholic is ale.
I'll pass then.
I have a coconut. If you still want.
I'll take that. All right. If you want a drink, I'll pay for it for you. If you give me the coconut, I just half mers are very.
I'd like some
very
water.
lightweight.
Is
Oh,
it?
I do have
How
some
does the
water,
water come from? I'm curious.
Oh, wait a second. I can create and destroy water. It's one of my
There you go.
Wow.
It's okay. Do you have maybe an open container we can have?
I have a coconut shell.
And it needs to hold it to 10 gallons. That's
Oh,
I can
wow.
only make large amounts of water.
yeah,
Well,
so let's
I
have a-
don't quite have something that big that I can just give you.
What about a bathtub?
Well, I can give
Nope.
you the water in exchange.
We got a
Oh
shitter
my God.
outside.
Wait, what?
The closest thing to a basin that size is a shitter outside, but you probably don't want to use it.
Oh.
Not at night with the ghosts and shit that have been going on.
Let's see. Can I have just a few empty pints? And oops, can I have a few empty pints? And just I'll give you whatever extra there is. You can at least sell it.
All right, I'm down for that. All right, sure. Yeah. He kind of starts pulling up empty pint glasses and just placing them on the bar.
Water sounds like a commodity in this town.
Yeah, that's why it's that's why this is a decent exchange.
Beer is cheaper than water in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Well, here especially.
Hang on, let me see how many.
So
I'm trying to do some quick math.
Yeah, so it's up to
Never
10 gallons. You can create less.
2 plus
Well,
2 is 1, that's 3.
she's gonna do like the full 10 gallons because she realizes that these people are going to need it. Hang on, I'm trying to see how many.
You know, if you're gonna give it
Can
to
I
me, I think I've got an empty
also?
barrel.
An empty barrel? Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, I can't give it to you, but if you're just gonna fill it up and then like drink a bit from it, go it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I realize people here don't really get water that often, so I'll be happy to share.
Yeah, no, I mean some of the more prominent places have it, but you know,
Mhm.
ale's cheaper. Still gets you drunk. Water doesn't.
Well, now you have water, which is a very rare commodity. And she's
Great.
going to
I
go over
will
to the barrel and hold her hands over it.
Definitely drink that. Yep.
It's okay if you don't drink it, but I know some people might need it.
Hey, that's fair.
and she's going to fill up the barrel and then take probably 3 pint glasses of it.
Okay.
So not that much.
Yeah, Rain, make a perception check.
Ooh, I don't want her face to go bright at me.
What's happening
Yeah.
with the perception thing?
I'm looking
So-
out the window.
Oh, okay.
So as you're looking out the window, your breath begins to fog the glass, which is strange because it was warm. But you notice that right around this window is getting kind of cold. As you notice, kind of like a wisp of cloud seep up from below the window, still on the outside of it. You see the face of a small boy, just
Ew.
ghostly white and half transparent, just staring at you, eyes wide, like no eyelids visible.
Spooky.
Can I walk behind Rin and then just ask her what
No.
she's doing? Spook her ass.
Jesus.
I'm still looking at the guy, then I don't notice him. A little boy. I don't notice Captain. I'm gonna do cross-eye to the little ghost child.
You gonna get on the
You're gonna make
cross-eye?
cross eyes?
I'm gonna
Oh my
make
God.
a
You
silly
hear
face.
muffled through the window like a as he dissipates.
Fucking unsettling.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I was looking at a little boy. I think it was a ghost.
Little
I've never
boy.
met a ghost before. There
Rover
was
was gonna kind of
something.
come
Yeah.
up behind him and be like, "What's going on?"
I don't think
I
we've seen
was-
children at all in this town, have we?
I was looking at a ghost boy. I made him laugh.
For your safety, I'm going to advise you don't talk to any of them or even make them laugh. Some tend to disguise themselves as children at times, but it's not always the safest thing.
Okay, I will not talk to ghosts.
Yeah, at least until I can give you the protection spells. That way, if they are bad, then at least you won't be hurt.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And I'll stay away from the windows.
Hey, bartender, do you like to dance?
I've been known to do a jig or two in my
oh,
day.
man. Let's jig it up. Let's jig it up.
All right,
Boom, boom.
all right.
Boom.
We're having a dance off then.
Oh, we're having a dance off.
All right, what you wagering?
What?
What's your
What are you
wager?
wagering?
Oh no. 1 gold.
Oh, all right.
That's a lot.
How about that? I'll match you 1 gold worth of drinks.
Yes.
All right.
Oh no.
In the hardest stuff I got.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, Skids, you
So-
promised.
Gonna need a
No, it's fine, it's
performance
fine.
as he kind of gets up onto the bar itself.
A performance check, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an entertainer. I have to do that.
Rover's just gonna kind of sigh, and she's gonna look a little,
Oh god damn it.
sad and
Is
dejected.
there a fireplace?
There is.
I'm gonna go crawl up by it.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just a
So-
gold.
So as you guys see, as the captain and this dwarf bartender begin to, or Bjorn, begin to essentially have a dance off.
Do you want some party music?
Yeah.
Medieval hardcore party mix.
Yes.
Nice. I'm
Have
just
this shit on standby.
nice. I don't think I'll switch to it because I got everything queued up for other music,
Mm-hmm.
but the stream can hear it. So it's kind of like a river dance type of deal going on. Yeah.
On the moonwalk. And then robot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like to take one of those. Oh wait, you didn't do it in a bottle, right? You just put it in a barrel of the water.
No, there's pint glasses. She filled up a few.
Yeah. So after the
Okay,
little
I'll put it
dance
in a
off,
bottle.
Bjorn
she'll-
kind of
she'll- Probably hand you one.
stands there. All right. Ooh, I haven't done that in a while. But I think, if I'm not mistaken,
just-
ladies, you can confirm, but I think
Hmm?
I won that one.
Okay, you won that one. I took here's your gold.
Rover's just gonna clap
Thank you very
very
much.
excitedly.
You know what?
Yeah.
Just for the sportsmanship. There you go.
He goes in behind the bar and grabs this sort of a dark green bottle.
Oh yes.
And well, it seems like dark green glass. And pulls out a shot glass. He opens it up and it pours it out. It's this thick, brown, syrupy
Oh. Okay.
kind of drink. It's still runny, but it's thick. With
Yeah,
3
Roland,
C's.
can I sleep with you tonight? I
Mhm.
don't want to be by him now.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
He then pulls out a second shot glass and pours one for himself. Corks the bottle, puts it back up on the shelf.
All right. Cheers.
Wait, we're gonna do
Can
toast.
I
I'm gonna
roll
toast.
percep? Oh, and what? How would I know what's in it? Is it medicine?
You can... Ooh. Without tasting it, it might be difficult. You could smell it, probably.
Yeah, I'll give it a whiff.
Alright. That'd be,
Okay.
that'd be in nature or medicine.
Can I do a toast
Oh,
while we're
oh.
drinking?
Did he
Sure.
pour shots for all of us?
Oh, no, just for him and Skids from the dance-off.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Okay. If beer were an ocean and I was a duck, I'd swim to the bottom and drink my way up. But the ocean's not beer and I'm not a duck, so here's us. Now let's get fucked up.
Are you part dwarf?
Nope. Nope.
Well-
My dick is. My dick is. You know.
He had the look at
Eh,
his hand.
I'll fucking drink to that.
And he kind of cheers the shot glass and just make a
What did-
constitution saving throw.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
What did you
What, you think I
mean
can't
by
handle my alcohol?
like a dwarf?
Shut up!
Oh, you know. Just drinking toasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's nat 20. You
Holy
down it.
shit.
It stings and it numbs your throat just ever so slightly as it goes down. But then the aftertaste hits and it's got this delicious kind of malty, almost flowery scent to it. It's almost like drinking lavender maple syrup.
Since I love your flashback so much, can you give me a flashback of me and Jameson?
Oh, okay.
Just happy time.
All right.
Happy drinking.
So as you take the shot and that familiar feeling of, you know, the aftermath of taking a shot, your mind is flooded with memories once again of that first time that you had met Jameson and a few of the other people that were with him. It was all of you sitting around in the bar. Some indistinguishable bar, you're not too sure. Just having a conversation about life and how difficult it is to, get what you're owed. And that's where you came up with the idea to start an adventuring team. And you hear Jameson's voice.
Yes!
Yep.
You know, we could probably get a bit of money doing supply runs or, just clearing places out, clearing rats or spiders or shit out of people's basements. You're Andy with a blade. I'm Andy with a blade. I think we can make this work.
We could make this work. And then can Aha by the Take On Me song come on in the background? Like somebody's playing it?
There's a group of halfling bards that you remember
Yes.
off in the background. They begin playing. And, like,
Captain, this'll be my
Yeah.
fucking theme song.
Yes!
To the team!
Yes,
you-
to the team.
as your flashback ends, as everyone takes a round of shots.
Okay, I think I have to have a little tear come out, but it's a happy tear. We're having
Yeah.
happy tears. Thanks,
Alright.
thank you, Lord. That was a good time.
Well,
It's been a rough few days.
Hey, as for everyone.
Oh, Barman, do you have a jar?
Hey, I'm sure I got an empty one around here somewhere. What you need it for?
I was going to suggest, Captain, you might want to put that thing that you have in your bag in it, just to stop the smell.
Man, you gotta bring it up in front of him. Okay, listen, Bjorn. I had a first mate. This is what I've said. His name is Jameski. Jameson, Jim. Yes. And we have his hand. I cut it off. We're gonna bring it back to life. But if somebody else has a real hand, this is just for me. I'm gonna I need to put it in the jar.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh man, I don't want Bjorn to be mad at me. Okay. Oh, I have a +6. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Hey, that's pretty good.
All right, well, I'm sure Jameski, Jameson, Jim would, he'd be proud that you're looking out for him after he's gone. You know, you know what? Give me a moment.
He kind of takes a look, and he pulls out a jar. It's got sort of a green liquid in it, and he pulls out a single pickle.
This was my lunch. Guess I'll finish it now.
Just kind of eats the pickle. Slams down the jar.
There you go. You can have yourself a little bit, you can drink the pickle juice if you want.
You know what, Bjorn? I like your jib. You want to be part of this team?
No. My place is here, running my bar,
Well,
living my
I
life.
just need a first mate now. I mean, until Jim gets back.
So, rather strange name, don't you think?
Well, his name was Jameson, but we have a lot of nicknames for him.
All right. Tell you what, if ever one day I get bloodthirsty and the whole place fucking burns down, maybe I'll take you up on that.
Well, I'm surrounded by women, so, you know.
I see a lot of women coming in here all the time, and I'm never more than a couple blocks away from a good old... Yep.
I know what you're talking about.
You're right.
Just-
You know, they say a lot of bad shit about you, but you're welcome back here anytime. Never caused me no trouble.
Thanks, Bjorn. Thanks. Fucking bro hug right now.
Over the bar, kind of gives an awkward one with his shorter stature. About, 4'3".
Oh my god. Hey, Tom. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that.
Toblin's even shorter than that, because that's about how tall
know.
Toblin was. Yeah.
I was gonna say, hey, Toblin, look. Does this remind you of anyone? No, I'm not gonna say that.
So
though.
at this point, like, Glorgle and Toblin would have already gone off to one of the rooms, just for sake of ease. Is there anything
His
else
little
that?
cardboard body.
Is there anything else that any of you would like to do before sleep?
I'd like to, before I go to sleep, just by the window in the door, see some not traps, but alarm bells.
Okay.
Get into a habit of it.
All right. So you managed to, tie a rope with some bells and such on it, just between two chairs set in front of the door. So if anyone opens it, it'll probably won't stop them, but it'll definitely make a bit of noise.
Hey, Rin, what about the windows?
Yeah, well, I don't think it can stop the ghosts, how it goes. Maybe roll soon his holy stuff when we go to church, right?
She kind of pauses and fiddles with her fingers for a second before clapping them together. I can bless this area and try to keep everybody out. It'll take a little bit of focus, but I can at least try. I've never actually tried to do it on a building, but
You can just do our room if you want.
okay, that's a lot easier. I could do that.
I don't want to have any bad nightmares.
Hmm.
Oh, Captain, she can't do it. Sorry. Okay, let's go to bed now, guys.
Can do. And as they're walking up the stairs, she's kind of staring very intensely at her glass of water. A little too intensely, but intense.
Okay. So, as you all find yourselves to your respective rooms, whichever one of the two that you choose.
Is there any showers or anything? I want to get cleaned up, man.
At this
Any
tavern,
baths?
there does not appear to be.
God damn it. I'm gonna go. Can I bath? Can I? No, I can't. I don't want. I was gonna bathe in the barrel, but that's money. Do that. I could do that. Actually, you know, I could do that because. No, don't do it. Could.
Okay, and as they
Okay.
as
If I get any higher than like maybe a 10, I mean no, if I get higher than a 15, I'm just gonna do it. Can I do that? Can I do a persuasion?
you have
If you want to try to persuade yourself to make bad choices, you that's your prerogative.
Okay, here we go. Good. Okay.
There you
All right,
go.
good job.
You don't manage to convince yourself to do bad things.
Good. Mushrooms are wearing out.
okay. And as Rin and Rolra get to the room, she kind of dips her fingers in the water for a second and really stares at it before we're going like, aha! Okay, I've done it. I've made it holy water. Sorry, I was kind of spacing out there for a while. I can bless this room. If we want me to go over and do the guy's room, I can. And she starts pouring a line of water at the door. This is protection from good and evil.
Okay.
It's,
Jumped
I
up and
believe
down.
that
Yes.
spell normally targets a creature?
it does normally target a creature, or you can put it on somebody. So I'm gonna, for the sake of like RP reasons. I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so... So... Aberrations, Celestials, Elementals, Fey, Fiends, and Undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against the room itself.
Well, it'll work on the door at least.
The room also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Well, it's working on the door, so
Yeah.
that's the important part.
What about the window? They can't come through.
Is there a window?
There is a window in each of the rooms, yes.
They also can't come through the window, so it's okay.
Okay. Rin feels safe, really, really
Yeah.
safe. And
It feels safe now.
yeah, I think roll it, and I just crash on the bed.
Okay.
As she lays down the bed, Royal's gonna sit on the floor for a little bit, take out her charm, close her eyes.
Alright. As you all find yourselves... Oh, sorry, were you still doing something?
No, you're
No?
good. You're
Okay. So as you all find yourselves to sleep, there's the occasional wailing or moaning just being carried through the breeze outside, and it's a little unnerving.
It's not me.
But you all manage to eventually find your way to rest.
good. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna have to change the date on here now, so it is... The morning comes! And it is the morning of the 10th.
As soon as this is over, that's not the only thing that's gonna be.
Okay, in the mornings, like I don't know, earlier than everybody else, can I like be awake reading my book of alchemy?
Sure. There we go. So for however many days you are, let's see. So for every 4-hour time period that you've been reading that book, put 1 point out of 28.
Where do I do that?
Just somewhere in your notes, somewhere to keep track
Okay.
of. So out of 28 points, however many times you've been spending at least 4 consecutive hours reading it, add a point.
So I guess I would have 2 points now.
There you go.
And as she's reading that book, Rora's going to use the rest of the water to kind of give herself a little tiny rag bath to keep her scales fresh.
Mhm. As this
That
would
way
have
it'll
been
dry
like
out.
the 3rd day of dryness.
Yeah. Well, no. She dipped herself in the water when they were putting him on the boat, but
That was 3 days ago.
oh yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, I thought you said you were in the barrel. I was gonna be mad.
No, why would I? No.
I was like, I
That's
should've just done it
drinking
too.
water.
Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah, I know. I just gave you water, but I'm just
people
gonna
put cucumbers in the water, so you know, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's food. I guess fish are
That's-
food.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's
Hey.
different ways to eat.
Supplements,
There's
not
different ways
food.
to eat.
Oh boy.
She
Alright.
doesn't know what that is.
Yeah.
A virgin fish.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta highlight that thing real quick.
She's the most innocent of baboos. She literally has no idea what the fuck anything is.
Aw. Alright, so
What I thought it was.
as the morning comes around, and you all begin to stir, Rin already awake reading her book. The day is yours. You have the request ahead of you. When and how you do it is up to you.
Okay.
You just know that as Orlin had said, that apparently things are getting worse every night.
Can I write on the wall before we go anywhere on Thieves' Cant?
What would you like to write?
I would like to write Skids and Jameson's hand was here.
Okay, whereabouts are you writing this?
Right on the bed.
Okay.
On.
Like on one of the bedposts?
Yes.
Okay. And in Thieves' Cant or just in common?
Thieves.
Okay.
That way all the rogues will know where I'm at. Because maybe I had some rogue friend. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay.
And then do a little heart.
Okay. So there's a coded message now carved into one of the bedposts of this bed. A little bit out of sight so that, anyone just coming in and cleaning probably won't notice it and get mad, but something where if anyone looks, they'll find it. Yeah.
And Rover's going to collect her now. It would be her water skin is now filled with holy water, and
Perfect.
Wait, so just a quick question, because I've had people sort of do different things for water skins. It's like the basic kind of, there's like a nozzle at the top, and it's actually just like the pouch of either
Yeah.
lamb or animal skin. Okay.
Yeah. Just
of.
basically like a waxed leather satchel, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had some people I'll be like, oh no, it's more like a canteen, but perfect. She can use it like a squirt gun.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, if you uncap and you squeeze, it does shoot water. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
basically
start
she's going
now.
to.
Are we going somewhere now?
Yes, we are going to
Okay.
go to the graveyard / creepy place.
Is it cool if we take a quick break? Oh, I need a quick break.
Like a pee break?
Real life, or
Yes. Yeah, real.
All right.
I'll use this break to go get some food because I am hungry.
All right. Let's just go to a... You all awaken. Have your various reliefs that we needed. Fucking J-Dog. We come back. Oh, I'll be right back. It's okay. We'll be here. There's always the VOD after. So, what is your course of action?
What was happening again? What were we doing?
We're going to go to
woke
this creepy, spooky place. Can't remember though what the name of it is.
You just called it like it's the crypt.
The crypt. We are going to go to the crypt now that it is daytime, and I have holy water. Actually, we should stop by a blacksmith and get that powdered silver.
Okay.
All right. So, if you're heading out to look for a blacksmith, just make an investigation check. Whoever's helming that expedition.
Investigation.
Just
I
one
don't have
person.
any. Yeah, I don't
yours.
have any pluses on that. If you guys ever need persuasions or stealth or performance, I got
Wait,
all
for
of
what?
that.
Perception?
No, investigation.
Oh, investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 0 on it.
Oh, I guess I'll do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Oof. Oof.
Okay. So, asking around and looking for kind of any signs of where this blacksmith might be, it takes you the better part of about 2 hours. Of kind of,
Yikes.
you find you've gone around in circles a couple times, rechecked a couple of the more market-looking areas. This is a bigger town than you were expecting.
Mhm.
Somehow, it's a little
Did we
bit
see
more
anything
difficult.
while
But
we were
you do
looking?
eventually through asking for directions and getting some vague directions, you eventually do come across a blacksmith. You find it's a shop kind of detached from any other buildings, a bit more metal reinforced, smoke billowing out of a chimney up top. And there's a sign on the door that says Hammer Fallen.
I have no idea what this means.
Oh, that's the name of the shop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, I think my oven just dinged. Hey, I'll be able to put food in it. I'll give it like 2 seconds, though.
Hey.
I'll be hungry soon.
I'll stay out of the shop and keep an eye out on the town.
I'll go in.
Okay. It says, as you're keeping an eye out on the outside, you notice, like, the streets are kind of busy, but not as busy as you would expect for a place of this size. You see people kind of
Children?
more in a rush. There are children around, but no one seems to be just moseying. Everyone is going somewhere. They're staying inside for the most part. It seems people are still spooked. Not only from the initial incident of the kobold / potential dragon attack, but also all this spooky goings-on of the aftermath.
Okay.
But yeah, inside the shop, the heat wave immediately hits you as this building is much toastier on the inside. There are a couple forges that are going. A few people working at a very long metal table. They're just hammering away on things. And a human man, sort of long black hair, tied back. Just wearing basically leather pants, leather apron, gloves, no shirt. Just sweating. Just hammering away on what looks to be a longsword of some sort. Kind of.
We're trying to get some weapons.
Powdered silver is what I'm looking for. So I can spells.
Can I buy weapons here?
Potentially, yeah. Kind of looks over, hearing the door chime as you go in. A little ding, 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 ding.
Good day. How can I help you?
Hi, I was wondering if you had any powdered silver, or just silver shavings for that matter.
Finely powdered, not really. Shavings, yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'm going down to the crypt to try and cleanse everything out from there, so any amount of powdered or shaved silver you can offer me to help with my divine protection spells would be lovely.
Didn't know that was possible. All right.
Yeah.
Is it all right if they're not the purest of silver? There might be some iron mixed in with them.
She kind of stares down at her hands for a second, really thinking for a second. Oh, whoops! Fuck! I keep accidentally doing that. Oh, and iron. Oh, and iron. Perfect. Hey. Yes, that's perfectly fine. Actually, that's even better.
All right. Usually we just kind of take this and melt it down for lower quality items, but I believe we can work out something here.
He kind of grabs a broom, starts sweeping up some of the shavings that are kind of coating a lot of spots near the work desks, and begins to kind of pour them into a little leather pouch.
See the weight here in silver and iron. I'd say this would probably be worth say probably a good 5 silvers worth in here.
5
Just in raw materials.
She's gonna kind of pull out her pouch and sort through her coins a bit. Yeah, okay, that's all right. And she holds out the 5 silver to him.
He kind of has one open hand, takes the silver, hands you the pouch.
Fantastic.
Never thought leftover shavings would be useful for much, but all right.
It's a long, complicated spell, but basically, if you put it against something, or even on a person, when you bless it, it'll actually give them protection.
Can I ask him what kind of swords or weapons he has for sale?
Yeah, just ask him.
Oh, I'm asking. What kind of weapons and swords you got for sale?
Well, we've got all sorts of things. Axes, swords, all sorts of shapes and sizes. What are you looking for?
I need something hardcore, man. You're a man's man, I'm a man's man. I need something spicy.
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 You're going to need to be a bit more specific. I mean, I've got a lot of things here.
Something powerful.
Powerful. All right. Well, we've got a great sword here. It's a little bit bigger. I don't know. You're not. No offense, but you don't look the stockiest, so I'm not too sure if that's what you're looking for. But let's see. Got some axes here. A few long swords, some short swords.
How about that long sword?
Long sword? Yeah. This piece here, I'm actually just about to finish up on this one. Going rate on this guy is about 15 gold.
Okay, listen, so I have some wolf pelts. I don't know if that may interest you here. I got a couple of things in my backpack. Maybe because I have 9 gold, right? Yeah. So maybe we can trade for the rest of it.
Let's see, pelts I don't have much use for, unfortunately.
Okay, I have a spicy shovel.
Huh.
It's not a normal shovel. This is a spicy shovel.
It look very. Kind of just looks like a normal shovel, man.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give it to you real quick. And while he's looking at the shovel, can I just try to steal something?
Okay. Make a deception check, a stealth check, and a sleight of hand. Then a perception, and then sleight of hand.
Okay. Okay.
So deception. To see if you can convince him to take. Okay, so he's kind of half paying attention to it.
Okay.
But he's like, this is just a normal shovel. Stealth, if you're going to try and get away from his view. Don't forget, there are other people here as well that are working at that workbench.
Okay.
Alright. Then perception check to see what you want to, or what are you trying to steal? Like, what are you looking for?
I just maybe a little bit more gold so I can pay for it and just act like I had it all along.
Alright, make a perception check.
Okay. Perception, don't fucking fail me.
You don't see any loose coinage or gold just hanging around anywhere, but there is the belt pouch on this man where he put that silver into.
Okay. The guy that I'm talking to?
Mm-hmm. And with that
So
perception, you also notice that a couple of the other guys at the workbench are kind of like looking over at you, like, what the fuck is he doing?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just stop there and take the shovel back real quick and say, you know what, this is actually the wrong shovel. But I do have, I have this crab and its face is bitten off.
Oh, that's rank.
Okay, well, that's not into it. Okay.
It's just this rotting crab now.
Okay,
Been just sitting in his bag for a few days.
I'm gonna go ahead. Do you have I'm gonna throw this in your fire. Is that okay? It's a magical.
I'd really. No, there it goes. All right.
There you go. Okay, so basically, what I'm gonna do here is if you give me that nice sword you're making, we are gonna save your town for free, for you. 100%. No, and guess what? I have.
Look, the Ministry Guard couldn't do what you're claiming you're about to do, so you have to forgive me if I don't believe you until I see it. So.
Is there a persuasion I can do? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
I'm gonna try to persuade him.
Roll was just standing at the entrance, kind of rolling the bag of powdered shavings in her hand.
Oh, jeez.
Boom.
Jesus.
You kind of give him these puppy dog eyes, and he just kind of pinches the bridge of his nose. How much did you say you had?
9.
All right, not this sword. That long sword there. You notice one functionally is the same. It's just not quite as intricate looking on the hilt. That one, I can do it for 9.
Okay, here's your 9.
All right. Just so you know, with a long sword, you can't sneak attack with a long sword. It is not.
It's okay. I won't sneak attack with that. I'll do that whenever it's spicy.
Okay. So he kind of pops it off the little kind of wall hanger that it was on, and you now have a longsword.
0 golds.
So the longsword does a D8 of slashing damage.
Okay, how do I? Let's see. Let me see if I figure out how to do this. I'm gonna add. Okay, edit.
Notice me!
And then.
No!
Was that Toblin?
No, Tristan Animations. Thanks for the follow, man.
Oh.
Hey, it's Justin.
Okay, so I'm adding a long sword. Okay, actually, I don't know how to do this.
All right, so here I'll add it for you.
Okay.
There we go. Ooh,
The fast he does.
actually, no, you're gonna want it to be editable there. But actually, what we can do,
I have throwable daggers since when?
Mm-hmm.
daggers are always throwable.
Oh fuck.
Here, I'll actually just in the SRD there. I will pull up a longsword and I will just drag it onto your sheet. And it's going to add itself there. Longsword. And longsword versatile means if you're holding it with both hands.
Okay.
So it does use your strength as opposed to your dex. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I test this out
Oh god.
Go
on the
ahead.
air?
Oh god.
Go right ahead. Just don't hit anybody.
Test it out in the air.
Oof.
Uh-oh. What'd he do?
Roll
What'd
a
he do?
d20.
Oh no.
Okay. D20. Huh?
Nice.
This one.
Okay.
What did you do?
So you don't fuck up too bad. But you weren't expecting the balance of this to be so different from the rapier and the finesse weapons that you're used to wielding. And it kind of pulls you along with the swing as you nearly tumble into one of the guys at the workbench. And he has to kind of like shuffle a bit like,
Yikes.
Well, sorry. Sorry.
Careful, you little shite. Fuck.
Ah! Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, Solstin, I had a question for you.
Mhm.
How rare are half-mer and merfolk realms in these parts?
decently rare. These people may have seen a Triton once or twice.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty much done talking at my turn right now. I think I did what I needed to do.
Can I go in and ask if they had any glass vials?
Glass vials.
Would you
might-
know where to get any?
I'd imagine an alchemy shop would probably have it, or a glass blower might have some custom ones. I can take a look. I mean, we might have some empty ones that may have once had, you know, some ash or other things in it, but if you don't necessarily need the cleanest ones, we got a couple, probably.
Oh, yeah, yes, please.
Right.
Yeah, no worries.
Kind of like looks in the back and kind of comes back out with just 2. I mean, like a copper each. They come for free with the materials that we use, so.
So, how much?
2 copper for the both of them if you want.
Sure. And I hand him it.
Alright.
Cool. Thank you. And I walk out. Let's skip out.
Alright. Careful with that sword. You, oh boy.
Yes. Yeah. Got a sword.
Alright. As you make your way back out into the streets, and I presume you're heading kind of in the direction of the temple, and...
Yes.
Alright. So making your way there, it takes you probably about close to half an hour from the blacksmith to make your way over that way. And upon reaching, what you can see is it's on a bit more of a raised part of land, just up on a hill. It's a decent, not overly ornate temple.
Mm-hmm.
Simple wood structure, a little bit of gold or silver inlay at certain spots, but nothing overly ostentatious. It's not a cathedral by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And off to the side of it, just to the west, is a graveyard with what appears to be like a mausoleum entrance that may go down.
Alright, guys, before we go down here, and then she's going to take out a pinch of the powder shavings for each. And, basically I'm using Protect from Good and Evil at this point.
Okay.
So, basically she's going to smear a little bit of the the silver and iron across their foreheads, and they will get protection from...
So per person is a first level spell slot.
Yes, I know.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Fair enough. And it's so it is. Ooh, actually, hold on. It's concentration. So the second you cast it on the second person, it'll fade off of the first.
Shit.
You can only have it on one person at a time.
Fuck. Ro's just
Was
staring
it
at
at church?
Yes, there is a church there. Just beside the graveyard is the temple.
Should
Oh,
we
just-
ask if the church people inside can help us? Or
Oh
maybe
yeah,
they
we can
can-
ask to see if they can give another one, because I realized I can only do it on one person, and that's not even including myself.
All right then.
Okay.
Off to the church we go. Or temple.
It's the church, the wonderful church.
Alright. As you head up, the door is slightly ajar, pushing inward.
Door is ajar.
Can I roll perceive? What do you call it?
Perception? Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an investigation. Or actually, perception.
Oof.
Oof.
All right. Well, Rin, looking at this in this temple, what are you looking for in particular?
Any danger or something that could hurt us?
At first glance,
Suspicious.
nothing dangerous really strikes you. It's the graveyard off to the side's a bit creepy, as graveyards are, usually. But the church itself, aside from looking a little run down, appears to be fairly good. Some of the wood might have a bit of weathering to it. But no signs of forced entry with this door being slightly open. It looks like someone just didn't fully close it.
Okay. I continue walking towards the church.
Okay.
Ro's gonna be following right behind her.
Alright. And kind of pushing the door open, it kind of creaks open.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Where is Torblin? Is he
Oh.
like,
We
gonna
left him
be a
back
part
in
of our
the-
party? Oh, okay, cool.
Probably left him back at the tavern.
Yeah.
Would you have left Glorical with him? Probably.
For RP's sake, yes.
Sure. And then he knows exactly where you guys are going, so he can always meet up with you and have coincidentally have left to show up at the time he would show up, and yeah. Easy enough. Alright. So, looking inside this little church, there are candles kind of lighting along the rows, giving a mostly dim light throughout here, but the sunlight that's coming in through the windows is helping. So it's not bright, but it's definitely lit enough. Lit AF.
Lit AF.
Yeah. And there's a man in kind of off-white with yellow trim robes kind of praying at the altar. As he hears the door creaking open, he kind of pokes his head up. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Is there
We were
anything
sent to help with the crypt issue.
Oh, thank Pelor you're here. All right, good. Yes, how much have you been informed as to what's going on down there?
That there's some things wandering around and it's a little crazy.
You could say that, yes. We have barred the door leading in, and that has kept any of the corporeal ones from getting out. But the spirits, unfortunately, have been roaming mostly on the night. Have not seen any during the day, but that's not to say it can't happen. So, good. Yeah, I don't have much advice. I just, the entrance might be all right. We do have, I don't know if they're still burning. They should be. There are incense burning there that tend to ward off the undead. And hopefully that's wafting in and around the entrance area to keep that a little bit of a deterrent from letting any of the those who have risen come back out.
Could you bless us? If I'm not really well known to all this holy stuff, but yeah, could you anything that could help us?
Yeah, we could use it. I can't really do many people at once currently.
All right, just a simple blessing, or anything in particular? I don't have much in the way of ability, but I can try something.
Anything that might help against the spirits. Oh, hang on. I gotta go get my food.
Oh,
My
okay.
timer's off. I'll be right back.
As he kind of thinks for a moment. Well, I could probably try something, yeah. A bit of protection from the undead down there, that's never a bad idea. If I'm not there with you, I don't know how well it will stick the whole time, but it'll probably be good. It'll probably work.
Yeah, anything that can help, I'll really appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, do you have holy water? I think it might be a thing we might need. I don't know.
I don't have any at the moment, but I could always see if I could make some.
Cool, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let me just look up the specifics about creating holy water. Bless water is the spell. Okay. Oh. I'll have to, when Rolra comes back, I'll have to just inform her of something here, because the Bless Water spell actually requires 25 gold worth of powdered silver in order to bless one flask, or 1 pint of water. So, oof.
Oof.
I mean, it could be technically holy water, but in terms of mechanical benefit, exactly.
Not the spirits.
Not the spider ghosts.
No.
Those are spooky. So he would inform you. If you do need holy water, it does require a certain amount of materials for the ritual.
Oh, okay.
we have the powdered silver on hand. We've just 25 gold per pint.
Oh. Yeah. We're just beginner adventurers at the moment.
I know
We just, came together.
it is a bit steep of a price, I know, but it's what the magic requires.
Hey, how well is your town, economically speaking?
Well, I don't like to get involved in the politics of it too much, but the ministry does all right at divvying funds. We're poor.
I'm back with taquitos. What I missed?
I just looked up the Bless Water spell, and it actually takes 25 gold worth of powdered silver to bless 1 pint.
Yikes.
So technically your water is not holy water.
Well, no, I did, shoot. Alright. Does he have holy water then?
For 25 gold per pint, he can make some.
Midtown is poor.
How much? Okay, well, what does it take to make holy water? I can't
25
remember.
gold worth of powdered silver. All he's asking is the monetary equivalent to make up for the consumed reagents for the spell. So there's no upcharge on it. It's just
we don't have enough.
if I had already had some on hand, I would be willing to help. But let me just double check. He's gonna go off to the back. Everyone, it's always in the back. No matter where you go, everything's always in the back.
Even in churches.
When I ask, we are not being monitored, are we? Like, Captain, no one's watching over him, right? So we can skip if this gets too hectic. Because I feel like we're over our head at the moment.
Sorry, what'd she say? Could you cut me? What'd you say?
I'm saying, like, no one's watching us, so we could, like, bounce.
No, I'm still here.
Much for us.
Well, I believe he's looking. If he can't find anything, I think he'd understand if we just left.
Yeah, he comes back after a moment. I found one. He's holding up a sort of a glass jar with a little bit of kind of a design etched into the glass with a sort of a symbol on it, almost like a sun. I've got one jar here. I could forego the fee on this one, just if you promise to deal with the things down there.
Of course.
All right, here you go. And he kind of like, his hands are ever so slightly shaking. As he...
I asked him, is there any other places around here that, like, out of town or something that might be able to help us?
I would imagine probably the capital, but that's nearly a week's journey.
She'll take the holy water from him gently and put her hands on his wrist. It's okay. We're going to deal with it.
Thank you. I can't. I wish I could go down there to finish. The rituals to put to rest the spirits there, but it's not with the dangers down there. That's.
No, perfectly understandable.
Don't worry, we'll finish what you started.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of gives you a bit of a bow and kind of goes back to praying.
I think someone's setting off fireworks, and it's like 5, and it's still light out.
Yep.
Okay.
All those people.
I like the noise.
Alright, what are you guys doing? You have 1 vial of holy water?
We're gonna.
I don't want it.
I have it, obviously.
She's got
I'll,
it.
s- I'll sprinkle a little bit on each of us, and then we'll adventure down.
Alright. Are you casting protection from good and evil on somebody?
Hmm.
It only works for up to 10 minutes.
I'll do it on myself since I'll be on the front line.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Alright.
Renan's really on edge when we go down. High alert. High alert.
Alright, so as you head into the graveyard, you come to the sort of the small mausoleum. It does have a door that is barred, but from the outside you can easily kind of lift the metal bar that's been placed down over the door.
Can I check for like any weird symbols?
Yeah, make a perception check. Actually, investigation check.
I will also check for any odd occurrences, but I feel like that'd be more of a religion check for me. Considering I'm looking signs for like any cultist acts or the like.
Okay. Investigation. You do notice above the door is sort of that same carving that you saw on the jar and in the church of a sun. And just slightly at the bottom of one of the pillars to this entranceway, there's just a small, strange symbol that you can't quite recognize.
Can I try to recognize the symbol?
Yeah, I'll tell her because I can't read holy stuff.
Alright,
And
that'd
she's
be
gonna be my
a
translator.
religion check.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Good roll, good roll, good roll, good roll, please. Fuck! What are my rolls today? Hang on, this is just for my sake.
Okay.
With the
Ah.
info from the vials that I have, can I draw the sun symbol on like my hand?
Sure.
Cool.
So looking at this small kind of etching at the bottom of this pillar, you're not sure exactly what it is or who it represents, but it looks demonic in nature.
It doesn't sit well with me.
I'm just gonna roll. I put like 0.
I don't know what a religion check is. Can I roll?
I'd say based on your past, probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, with Rin, looking at it, yeah, it does kind of look demonic, but nothing in particular is really ringing a bell about its shape or
I just
anything.
know it's bad.
Yeah, it's sort of a like circular, not quite pentagram inside of it, but just lines in a strange pattern. It definitely looks not quite like a summoning circle, but not good.
Oh, that's a bad symbol.
And heading in to the crypt.
I'll probably be looking out for that symbol written here too, if I see any other ones.
Alright, feel free to position yourselves as you would be. Sort of a center right side of the map is where you're going to be. And let's just switch over the music here.
Yep, I'm good. I like being at the back.
I will be leading the charge. Oh,
There we
hello,
go.
cat. What's going on?
Alright. So, as you...
Are we rolling initiation?
Oh no, you're not in combat.
Okay.
So as you begin to make your way in, the smell instantly hits you of... There's an undertone of rot. But over top of that, very much overpowering it in this area, is the smell of kind of very harsh herbs and burning. And you figure this may be the incense that the priest was mentioning.
Is there any spare incense I can take? Just carry two.
From where you're standing, you don't see anything. It's just this hallway going down with what appears to be openings on, on the left and right, and then everything starts to fade off into darkness.
I don't like the music.
Are you ready?
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll keep an eye out for some spare insects for me then, just to help with the smell and make me feel a bit safe.
Can I make a... No, I can't see shit. Anyway.
We can start walking, guys.
Yeah. Whatever you see is what you see.
Can I
Oh, what's this?
perception?
Yeah. So down in this room, you see a couple of little like braziers still lit, offering a little bit of light to this room. They're dimming. You notice there's 3 wooden tables that seem to be kind of preparation areas where bodies may have been kind of ritually prepared for burial. There's a bit of a wash basin there, as well as this large square metal container that has a grated top and there's smoke coming out of it. And this is definitely a far stronger incense smell coming from this room. You figure this is where that incense is wafting out from.
Do I see like any sticks? 2 sticks I can take?
In this room, looking through, you don't see much in the way of sticks.
A jar?
There's buckets.
Buckets, oh no. Okay. I'll wait for the others to doing whatever they're doing until they finish.
So Aurora's just basically very... I'll roll an investigation as well.
I didn't see any of that demonic symbol anywhere here.
Nothing in this room. This seems fairly fairly normal in this room. Just a sort of a body preparation room.
Okay.
Aurora's just gonna be looking around and investigating things.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look in this other room.
All right.
I'm saying it right here.
So
Damn, it is dark, boy.
Yeah. So you're fumbling around up there as so Roller, looking around this room, you find much of the same. As Skids, you come across what appear to be 2 rotting corpses propped up against the wall.
God. Okay, I'm gonna go tell them. Oh my god. Okay, there's 2 dead people. There's dead people in this. There's dead boys.
Well, yeah, it's
yeah,
a script that's going to happen.
They're against the wall. They're not prepared. Look. Can I perceptify this or investigate what I'm looking at?
Oh, holy shit, it's so dark.
Wait, do you not have dark vision? Is it only Rin that has dark vision?
I have dark vision. Why can't I see shit?
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, I can't see anything in this room.
Let me just
Except
see
for the
here.
dead people.
Did
Oh,
I forget
no.
to select dark
I
vision?
think Halfmer didn't have dark vision.
Really? Am I just fucking blind then?
You guys are gonna need some form of light.
Hang on, wait, let me look up Halfmer. real
Wait, can
quick.
I
Let me just-
smell this, like...
You
isn't
can
there, like,
smell.
gases?
You can
Yeah.
smell the undertone of rot from this room, especially from these 2 corpses. But the incense in this area are still wafting over enough that that's masking most of the scent.
Can I investigate them or perception or whatever I need
Yeah,
to
you
do?
could investigate them.
I'm looking them up right now.
Okay.
I
There you
asked Roller, don't the dead, are
Yeah.
they gassy? Like, are they
Mhm.
really flammable?
They do smell just that bad.
These
We won't blow up, will we?
no, these two seem dry, very dry.
Okay, so
Really on
true.
edge.
So half-mers are often compared to tritons, and tritons have dark vision, but I don't see anything about the half-mers vision at all. It doesn't even say they have normal vision in this
Yeah.
thing.
Well, normally it wouldn't state if they don't have dark vision. It wouldn't say anything usually about
Okay.
the.
Can't see.
What's in the black pot over here?
That appears to be a long, cold kind of fire brazier. But,
Hey guys,
Yeah, it has gone dark.
you want to start a fire? Is it safe? What do you think?
There's nothing in this. If we start a fire in here, it's just gonna light up this room anyway.
But noticing,
Well, I do. Oh, hang on, wait.
yeah,
sorry.
looking through, you do see broken crates and bits of wood and such over on the western side of this room.
We could pick those up though, right?
Torches.
Yeah. Can we? Yeah. Can we make torches?
I can make a torch because I have a tinderbox. I forgot about that.
I would imagine some of you would actually have torches from some of your packs.
I have a tinderbox. I don't know if I have a torch.
I believe Explorer's pack and Dungeoneer's pack both come with torches, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it comes
Oh.
with a tinderbox, not a torch.
I see.
I have a tinderbox and oil.
Oh, you have a lantern. You have a lantern.
Oh, I have a lantern.
Yeah.
Can I
Hey.
whip that bad boy out?
Yeah, and you'd be able to light that lantern. So let's,
Let there be light.
Oh, right, I have to do that on my other screen here where I can actually change things. Alright, so lantern light. Boop.
Yes. Is that light for everybody? Since
That
it's...
should. Everyone should now be able to see whatever light you are. You're now shedding 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet further of dim light with your...
Oh, thank
Nice.
God.
Yeah.
You can actually
Can I
see.
roll perception for like hearing out down the
Yes,
hallway?
absolutely.
Ooh, I love being able to see.
Oh, what is that on the wall?
What?
So, for perception, listening out, there's not much. You're hearing maybe a hint of something, but you're not sure if that's just stone creaking or just echoes of your own footfalls. So, Skids, as you guys are looking now with this this torchlight illuminating much of the surrounding area, I'm going to turn down this music for a second here. I don't know how loud it is on the stream, but it's getting a bit loud for me. You notice these almost kind of angelic, but kind of gargoyle-ish looking statues affixed to the walls. Feel free to make a religion check.
For me?
Religion check.
Or-
Religion check.
Yeah, because I don't have them.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Come on, good roll, please, for once. Yay!
That's pretty
You
good.
see my small knife? Can I mark the spot down where I am, just so I know where the exit is?
Yeah.
On the wall?
On the floor.
On the floor.
Okay. Yeah, you make just a small groove that you'd be able to kind of look out for.
Okay, cool.
So with that,
Go down this hallway.
so with
Oh, I'm
that
sorry.
18 from Rora, you notice these, they're reminiscent of like watchers that kind of guide the passage from life to death. Sort of servants of the
Got a
Raven
book right on
Queen.
the nose.
Roll is going to relay that information on to them.
All right.
Yep, I'm booping one of the angels' nose.
There's no
Isn't this
response
adorable?
as it's made of stone. You notice that as you've gone down here, there's this strange scent. It's very dry down here.
Oh,
Kind of
We're gonna go down here. We're gonna go left. Or...
like just in this whole
Right.
place. It's very dry,
Oh.
very a little chilly. It
Hmm.
just has this
I mean, I can
sense
kinda
of
smell-
hatred. Like the
Yikes.
very place just is looking at you with anger.
I start singing Bob Marley songs. I have
Oh.
Bob Marley. Oh my god.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And as you come down
Roll-
here, there are, with, you know, everything going on in the background, you just hear some Bob Marley music being sung as you walk into a room full of bodies and empty coffins and broken wood, and the smell down here now, no longer being as influenced by the herbs, is putrid. There is old rot.
We gonna throw up?
I'm
Not
gonna roll.
quite that bad.
I'm going instinctively when
high?
Ross saw the dead bodies, she's going to throw her arm out and try to instinctively shield Skids until she realizes that they are just normal dead bodies. Oh, Rolla's not liking the scent down here. It's making her a little nauseous.
Yeah. You're also, I believe you're just rolling secretively right now as well.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Oh.
I guess let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
As,
That's
as
another
you're,
dead body.
as you're passing through here, just make a perception check.
Okay.
On perception. Oh.
Yeah, everybody.
Oh no.
Our perceptions are kind of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Why?
All right.
Uh-oh.
Keep going.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You just notice more of these
Oh my
kind of angelic
fuck.
gargoyle statues, and then more bodies, some of which are kind of wrapped up in cloth, some of which appear to have been in the process more fresh than the others.
Rolla's gonna instinctively keep them behind her.
Okay, do we go this way or do we go down that way?
Let's not go to the area with even more dead bodies.
Where are we outside? What is this?
All right. Heading down here, you notice the stone give way to natural earth, just packed dirt. And there's water that seems to be flowing in from somewhere as this is pooled here with large gnarled tree roots. And as you're splashing through the water, Skids,
Yeah.
just stop moving. Go back to where you were.
Can I bend down and grab some of the water in my vial?
Yeah.
Cool.
As you're looking at the water, you notice it's... While it looked clear at first upon disturbing it, it seems like there's something mixed in with it. It's dirty. It's not quite clean. And as you're looking at it, you notice, especially with where you've been stepping into this water, it's almost like gray puffs in it, almost like ashes being spread, and they begin to form and move and coalesce as right in front of you, kind of almost seeping out from the tree roots. These ashes begin to float out of the water, and they become almost instantly dry with little puffs of steam as a shadowy figure begins to kind of form, its arm outstretched, and it's going to make a bit of a thing towards you.
Rolla's definitely gonna pull Skids the fuck back.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
Why is that not working? Okay.
I don't know what that was supposed to be.
That was supposed to be an attack.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, that was rolling out in the open. It's only a 6 to hit.
Okay.
Disregard everything you were reading there. Whatever.
Okay, I will.
So it begins to reach out and goes to claw at you, but you manage to duck back just in time. Gonna need everyone to roll initiative here. Alright, let me just clear this.
Okay, come on. Not shitty initiative. Please, for once. Please. Dick! Are you kidding me? Are you...
I'm trying to
Every
find it.
time. Every time I'm the lowest. It's either 8, 6, or 7. Tits.
Why can't I find this all the time? Oh, there it is.
I'm just gonna angrily eat my taquito. Mmm!
Oof.
What was the language they spoke?
Jadesian?
The Judician and Infernal. Because I don't know what this is. It just seems very scary.
There's got a pout in the corner.
Mm.
Next thing you know, the monster's gonna try to grapple me. It's
Oh my
fucking.
I don't think it will. Alright, let me just get some battle music. I realize this creepy music's not that great for battle.
Mm-hmm.
No, music does not have a J instead of a U. Hmm. Yeah, this'll work. Alright. 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 There we go. So. First up in the initiative, we have Rin. As this creature has just attempted to swipe out its skids.
I'm gonna roll a persuasion. And I don't know, it just seems scary, and I know Infernal, so I'm gonna say to it, hold on, let's roll first. I roll first or say it first?
Say it first.
I'm like, we mean you no harm, we just want to put you to rest and help stop all this suffering.
This is about as close to a response as you get.
Okay.
It appears to still be advancing.
Alright, and I'll shoot at it. I don't even think it would hurt it, but whatever.
The 10 to hit. You go to fire, and it just kind of wisps right around. As its body appears to be almost made of spectral floating ashes. It just kind of completely dodges the attack.
Okay. She is thinking of things at the moment. So yep, I'm finished.
Alright. This creature is going to reach out once more to attempt to do whatever it's trying to do.
Oh, it's trying to fuck me up.
It is trying to fuck you up. That's an 18 to hit.
I don't even know how to fuck it up.
With power. And here, let me just... I'm just gonna do something here. Add that. Perfect. So for the next time, it'll roll that. Until then... 3? Okay. So as it hits into you, so as its spectral ashen claw kind of rakes across your chest, you take 13 points of necrotic damage. And your strength score is temporarily reduced by 3.
Don't know how to do that.
Just keep track of that in your mind. Basically, if the strength reduction equals what your strength stat is, you die.
So what's 13? Wait, so I get 3 health now?
Is your health only 16? Yeah, you have 3 HP left.
Yikes.
And your strength is temporarily reduced by 3. It's going to just
I'm about to die anyway,
shift
so-
itself kind of right there, just to kind of reach in. Its body kind of half melding into the wall, so it looks like it's kind of the upper half of its torso is just sticking out from there.
Does that count as an opportunity attack since it moved?
No, it's still within your threatened space. If it moved away from your melee range, then that would be.
Oh. Alright, I'm about to die anyway. I just want to longsword it.
Alright, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna swing my sword at it. Longsword boy. Okay, here we go. Balls.
You go to strike at it, but with the strength being sapped from you, you just... It's a lackadaisical... Lackadaisical? Yeah, that's a word. It just doesn't have the oomph in it, and you just kind of ineffectually tap it against this natural earthen wall, not quite making contact with whatever this creature is. That's your action. Still have a bonus action and movement if you wish.
If I move like this way, will it be able to hit me?
That would be an attack of opportunity because you're moving out of its melee range.
Even if I dash?
You could disengage as a bonus action and then move, yeah.
Disengage and move and then it won't hit me?
Yeah, because disengaging will take you out of its melee space, so that'll put you 5 feet away from it. And then...
Disengage.
Yeah.
Then I can move 5?
Yeah.
I don't want to move that far. I want to, like, right here so I can see them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Done.
Alright, that brings us to Rolra's turn.
Hey, saw, dude. Alright, whoa. I saw a bunch of dice be thrown out my screen. Let's see. I'm gonna throw a healing word at Skids over there. Oof. This is gonna be another day where I just get shitty turn. Oh my god, my dice cocked on screen. How is that possible?
I don't know. Bad programming. It wasn't cocked though. It's a 1.
Okay, so yeah, it's gonna get some 4 points of healing. So that's good. And how far away is this thing from me?
It's 10 feet.
10. What is the range of this? You have to get closer. I'm gonna take a good old bap at it.
Alright. As you run in. 17. You swing your mace at it, and it does seem to connect. So, doing 6 points. As it impacts, you notice its form does coil around the impact a bit before reforming once the mace is gone. Notice it doesn't look... It seems like it hurt it, but not as much as you would expect.
Weird. Alright, end of turn.
Alright, Rin.
I'm gonna yell at it again. Stop! I don't want to fight you!
Stop.
Its head kind of like whips towards you, and there's just a brief flash of smoke in its eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna reach in and grab my bag of flour and throw it at it.
Don't want to hurt you. Take flour.
Take flour into the water, or if it goes through you, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw a bunch of flour at it.
Alright, it does seem to just pass through its body, but there's now flour on the wall and some of it getting clumpy in the water.
Water? Okay. What else can I do? Are you going to just do one more thing?
Yeah, I'd say that I'd count throwing the flower as your bonus action.
Okay. Yep. So it didn't do anything. Damn it. I want to shake my fist at it. Like an old person. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So it, once again, looking at the one that had just heard it, it's going to reach out and try and grab at you as well, Rolra.
Oh boy.
Let's see, 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Hey, that's pretty
Hey.
good. So as it goes to reach out, you manage to back away as its spectral hand kind of... It just stares off at you. Kind of
What?
shifting ever so slightly out of the way. Actually shifting just between you and the wall
Mm-hmm.
to there. And it's sort of facing, kind of looking back and forth between the two of you.
Would I? No, I wouldn't get that attack.
No, it's still within
Yeah.
your melee. And it seemed like it lost its shape while it was doing that. It kind of just melded into like a wisp before reforming. Captain, it's your turn now.
I want to shoot my arrow at it.
All right.
I can do
Did you
it.
add those healing points, by the way?
Yeah, I did. Thanks.
All right. So as you shoot your arrow and it does make contact, it seems like it's slowed down slightly before the arrow passes through, and as it recoils a bit, but once again doesn't look like it took as much of an impact as you would have expected. It's definitely, as you've seen it get hit a couple times, it ever so slightly seems to have tears in its form. Slight,
I don't
though.
know if this matters or if it will work, but do we have any of that holy water left?
There's only the one jar, and Rora has it, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask Rora to throw it to me?
I'm not throwing you our only source of protection in this place. That sounds like a bad idea.
It could be a good idea if we put it on the arrow and then I shoot it. At this
Or I
thing.
could just sprinkle it on it, considering how close I am, or just douse my weapons with it, considering how close I am.
Alright.
I would just prefer not to throw it.
Then I guess I'm just gonna move back so that there's more light, 'cause I can't see anything. Done.
All right. Roller, it is your turn.
Ooh, sweetie, sweetie, I'm coming for the booty. Sacred flame on that ass.
Ooh. All right. Let's see. That's a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, work. Come on, work.
It does succeed with a 15.
Yes!
No, it succeeds its save.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
Made me happy there for a second.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So kind of just.
Hey, Glorical.
Glorical, holy shit, you rose
Oh
from the
my
dead.
god.
Dude, I've been
Oh,
throwing
ghost.
up sick. I'm so sorry.
Oh jeez.
Oh, are you okay?
I drank too much last night.
Why
Oh.
did you drink so much last night?
Hey, let's not stress the details.
Did you really just drink like almost 3 nights in a row?
Yes.
Oh, that's not good for you.
Oh,
I wonder
buddy.
how sick you got.
Glorkle, are you good to throw down some dice for this last little bit, or are you?
Oh, of course. I just apologized for my current situation.
Oh, that's all good.
Oh,
right.
buddy.
So let's get you in here.
Yeah, sacred flame mist. Shoot.
I assure you, I'm ready to I'm ready to hit those 6s and 8s.
Hey.
Same. Oh wait, restore his hit points.
Yep. There we
He's
go.
Not that though.
So Glorkle, roll me some initiative here.
I swear to God, if he gets higher than me, I'm actually going to punch something.
On that note, I'm turning on my computer now. I'm on my phone, so I'm unable to press the.
Can you roll his initiative?
I will do this for you.
I swear to God, if it's better than mine, I'm going to actually hate this game, because whenever I do initiative, I'm always the lowest. Tits!
Wait, why was it? Oh,
Oh,
with-
oh wait,
yeah.
why did it roll it with advantage?
I think it's one of his mystic things. Or maybe not.
I've never seen it roll with advantage
yeah.
before.
I'll just...
There is the thing that I can switch to that lets me roll with advantage, but I'd have to actually say I'm using a bonus action to do it. So since I didn't say it, I shouldn't be rolling with
Okay,
advantage.
well then without advantage, the 16 was still the first of the 2 dice, so it's still the same.
This game actually just hates me with my initiative rolls.
It's alright. It's, so roll right is still... You still have your bonus
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, I just missed the Sacred Flames.
Mm-hmm. You still have your bonus action if you wanted to do anything with that.
Oh, let me
Mm.
move.
Let's see. Would trying to splash holy water at it count as a bonus action?
That would be an action, and it uses the vial.
Fuck.
So it's sort of a one-use item.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because basically with holy water, you basically make a ranged improvised weapon attack as you throw it at them.
I'm gonna try to bap it with my mace again.
Well, that's you already used your action for Sacred Flame.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm sorry. I'm still, like, internally dying. Alright, I'll end my turn, because all of my bonus actions are spells, and I want to save some of those, just in case.
All right. So Glorical, you
Yes.
you would have been not too far behind these guys. So what's happened in the time that's transpired since you've left, or since you weren't here, is they finished the journey to Beedale, noticing scorch marks and finding out that Beedale was also attacked by not just kobolds, but a dragon had showed up, and wyvern riders. But having a more of a militaristic force present, they were able to fight off the attack. However, many of the dead from that attack that had been brought down to the crypt, something started reanimating them, or causing the spirits unrest. And the captain, as stating his real name and identity and everything from the get-go, basically in turn for not being arrested and noticing holy symbols on one of your companions, one of the ministers of this town has basically said, we will look at dropping the charges if you can help us with this undead problem, as there's ghosts and spirits wandering the streets at night and horrible things being reported from the crypts. So you would have briefly been left with Toblin at the tavern as the rest of the party went off to the church, but realizing that you're not babysitter, you are warrior. You would have left the legless halfling to, change his own bedpan, and promptly followed the group, just catching up with them after their various escapades before heading here. And you sort of...
Jameston's hand is in a pickle jar, by the way. Just
Okay,
so
so
something.
yeah, that sounds like what I would have done. Okay.
Yeah, and so you see what you see, and you are here whenever your computer is ready. It is your turn.
Yeah, I'm on my computer now. So, okay, so I'm going to start moving. Since I rolled initiative, I don't see any enemies. Wow, why is the map laggy? Wait, what the fuck?
You should see some torchlight coming from around the corner that you noticed as you were following down the hallway, just outside of their visual range. That Skids has a lantern lit.
Okay, I don't see any person here. At least in my vision, I see no one.
See this?
Downstairs.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
still
okay,
down and
okay,
around
what
the
am I
corner
moving?
from you.
Also, I have dark vision, but I see nothing like past right here.
What?
This is my
That's
limited vision.
yeah, that's a wall.
Oh, so they're down here?
They're directly to the down and to the left.
Okay, so I'm gonna move 10 feet, 15 feet this way.
Wait, why'd you move me up, Solstin? I was right behind,
Okay,
prison.
sorry. There you go.
That's alright.
And then I'm going to move, after 15 feet, I'm going to move 10 feet here.
All right.
I'm going to use bonus action into growth So 5 feet increase, and then I'm going to slam down on this particular. I am not large right now. No, not the concentration one, not
Okay.
the one that costs the standard bonus
Okay.
action.
Okay.
And I'm going to slam down on this one using both hands via the spear in question.
All right. You'll roll for your attack.
Eesh.
Oof.
It's good to be back.
It makes
That's
you
what I-
feel any better. I felt like I was back all over again by I rolled my initiative, and of course I've got an 8.
So as you strike the spear, it does go into it, but you notice its body kind of formed this strange cloud of ashes in an almost humanoid shape, kind of parts before the spear impacts, and it hits nothing.
I'd like to try to roll a knowledge check on it. Can I do that?
This would be a religion check, yes.
Ooh. Can I do that even though it's not my turn, or do I have to wait till my turn?
Because of being a cleric, yes.
Woo! Okay, hang on, I gotta wait for my character sheet to fucking
You
load
went
up
to
again.
it. This is not normal. So I rolled a 20.
Really?
Not
Dick.
one.
Wow.
Well, right, you're not sure. It's
Jesus.
I'm super not sure. I fucking go cross-eyed for like 2 seconds there.
he's an asshole. That's all you know. But Glorical, you recognize this, as you've come across this. This has been an occurrence that happens occasionally with the rituals of the Yuan-Ti people. The spirit of unrest. It's not quite a ghost, but it's a shadow. This one appears to be, as opposed to just being made of corporeal shadow, that seems to have ashes infused into it as well.
So this is
Probably
Yuan-Ti related.
not quite. It was just it happened with some of the things that Yuan-Ti get up to with their cultish rituals.
Okay, so like an
Occasionally, spirits of
abomination.
unrest. It is definitely an undead spirit, and you figure, based on the knowledge of how a lot of the people here may have died through possible dragon fire, its ashen form is probably an extension of its means of how it died.
Okay, and with my particular role, am I aware of if physical attacks are even good against it?
They do work, just not very well.
Oh wait, it's an undead?
It is.
Okay, so I'm
Oh,
going to relay.
shit, they're supposed to have
relay
dis-
s- Go ahead.
It was
Oh,
supposed to have
against
a
you.
disadvantage on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
When
well,
it
it
attacked
didn't
me.
hit you anyway, but yeah, I'll keep
I'm
that in
just-
mind.
It just
Yeah.
reminded me. Yeah.
I'm going to relay that information, but in a simple version.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go to the party. Enemy form of undead spirit. Physical attacks not very good, but can work. Probably want to do magic.
Can do that.
And I end
Yeah,
my
not
turn.
All right, and that brings us
Uh,
to Rin.
I'm gonna shoot him, but when I shoot him, can I shoot? What when it goes through him? Can I like shoot the vine, plant behind him?
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
you think it's coming from the tree?
Yeah, that's what she's thinking.
Hmm.
$15. It does hit. As it kind of minorly impacts, it's momentarily slowed down before pushing through its semi-corporeal form. The arrow does go and embed itself into the root of this tree that's coming out. Aside from the slight bit of kind of a... There's not... Oh, jeez. No phone, I'm busy.
Same.
Let's see, that is... It does appear to have hurt it, but there's no initial reaction when the arrow impacted the root.
Okay. And can I move backwards a bit?
You can. You are in its melee range. It would get an attack of opportunity.
Oh dang. So disengage and dash.
And you actually, because of shooting into melee, you should have had disadvantage, but I'll let it go this time.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Up to you. Oh no. You could disengage. Yeah. So I'd say you could have disengaged beforehand to give yourself a bit of distance, so.
Okay.
Retroactively, it all works.
Sweet.
I can do no wrong.
You can't. It's great. Don't worry about it.
All right. And is that your turn?
Yep, that's mine. Oh, and I'll yell at it. Stop! We don't want to do this. We just want to help. And yep, I'm done.
What is your ringtone?
Oh, no, that's mine. That's mine. That's mine.
Oh,
Sorry.
boy.
Wow, what is your ringtone?
It's
that
a-
ass, that ass.
It's a session, like it's for one specific person. No,
Oh
I
my
can't.
God.
Hang on.
All right. This is going to be this shadow creature makes another attack at you, Rolra. It's going to reach out once again. This time, remembering the disadvantage. Wow. That doesn't make sense. That shows a 14 and an 8. Why is it showing a 2? Anyway, that's only a 6 to hit, so that misses. And it will kind of slink back down through the gap between you and the wall. Just to kind of slink away from this. Oh, wait. That would actually pull it out of the threatened space, so Glorical, you would get an attack of opportunity.
Beautiful. That is what I like to hear. I'm going to go ahead and slam down dual-handed with spear.
All right. Yeah, as it begins to pull away, you go and stab at it. That will hit.
God damn it. I finally do hit and damage his ass.
As you notice it, you're not sure if it's a combination of its nature or just how it was moving away, but you pierce into it slightly, but it almost feels like you hit nothing. But it still does kind of recoil a bit as its form loses the humanoid shape and becomes a wisp before reforming around the corner.
Hey, get back here so I can hit you again. Yeah, you too.
And Captain, it is your turn.
Okay, I want to hit it with the long sword again.
Okay.
Fuck me. Fuck me.
Once again, still feeling the effects of having your strength drained minorly from it. This sword is heavier than what you're used to, man. You're used to lighter weaponry.
Okay, yeah, I don't have anything else, I don't think. Unless I can use a sneak attack as a bonus.
No, sneak attack is only when you hit with a attack with a finesse or basically a dexterity-based weapon. So that's if you were using your rapier, then you would have gotten sneak attack if you hit automatically. But with the long sword, yeah, with the long sword, because it's a strength-based weapon, you're unable to use sneak attack with that.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
done, I guess.
There's always the chance later on to have that sword modified to be finesse, but it's... yeah. Rolra, if you are not on the phone still, it is your go. Oh, okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Probably screaming.
He, with a 15, he succeeds his check, unfortunately.
Yep.
Once again, dodging the radiant flame that bursts out towards it. Anything else? No? I mean, Sacred Flame's an action. You've already used your action. Okay. I take it you're good?
Sorry, hang on, they were questioning why I just screamed.
Oh, okay. Are you good though? Is that
fuck. Yeah.
Alright. Brings us back to Glorical.
Yes, I have one question before I roll. I look at the character sheet and it says melee attack +4 to hit. One target, hit 6. What the hell does hit 6 mean?
That means that's the average damage.
Oh, average damage. Okay, because my brain has been saying maybe that's why I keep rolling fucking 7s. Because the shit's like, you want that 6. Okay.
No, that's just your... If you rolled, like, with your bonuses and you roll exactly half on the die, then, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to move 10... I can't see around the corner, so I carefully move 10 this way.
All
okay,
right.
I see him now.
You see it, sort of its legs, even though it doesn't have any legs, are kind of inside the wall, and it's sort of just like from the waist up, the spectral form floating out of the wall.
Can I still hit it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Beautiful. I like to go ahead and do a smash down with spear.
Do it up. Hey.
Oh, finally!
That hits. As you
Babushka
plunge down
smiles
into it, you
upon
get a
me.
much better hit. What still has that almost like spearing through water or a thick cloud. It's definitely... it doesn't feel like it took the full impact, but you notice now that its body is sort of has dissipating holes in it. And it looks like it's barely holding itself together at this point. It's just sort
Beautiful.
of losing its humanoid shape.
Also, I'd like to slightly raise eyebrow at Fish Lady for fucking unholy screaming every time they miss apparently.
No. That was me personally doing that. I meant to see.
Oh no, I didn't see.
It's
out
in
of
lore now.
character, so now it's lore.
Yep.
Since I've moved attack, can I move again?
Yeah, if you still have movement left, you can absolutely.
Okay, I moved 10, so I'm going
I'm
to
done with
do
my
this.
phone call.
It
Sorry.
should still be in attack range, so there shouldn't be any issue.
Sorry.
Bada bing.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I end my turn.
All right.
My friend was questioning why all of a sudden I started shouting. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just pure rage.
All
I'm
right.
totally ignorant.
Rin, it is your turn.
Rin doesn't know what's happening with all this kind of stuff, and she doesn't want to get near it. So she's gonna sprinkle some fine salt onto her arrow, and then she's gonna shoot it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little dash of salt.
From this angle, you will have half cover.
Okay.
So it's a little bit harder to hit, but not much.
Alright.
And that's definitely enough to hit it.
Cool.
As you fire the arrow and it impacts, it still has that feeling of slightly passing through, but it stops almost for a second. And as it pushes through, the body just dissipates. Just like an otherworldly...
I say, you're welcome.
And there's just a cloud of ash that falls down and rests upon the surface of the water once more.
Happy birthday.
What?
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 What happened?
Are you like okay? You just suddenly said happy birthday out of nowhere.
Yes.
Good call, man.
Are you? I think Skid's
Hey,
that
Solstin, I got a
Nixie is
question real quick.
rope up.
Yeah.
If you had a weapon that used a melee weapon that was finesse, meaning it used dexterity, would dexterity still be applied to damage, or would it
Yes.
have dexterity for attack but strength for damage?
No, dexterity. If you attack with dex, you do damage with dex.
Hang on, I'm testing something real quick. Disregard this. Disregard this.
Okay.
And just.
That vial that I took with the water, I want to put some of the tree root in.
Oh, you fucking
Okay.
dice. Why?
Since
Why?
it dissipated, did any of the ashes fall in?
Yeah, there are ashes on the water. But
I
now
wanna
instead
take all
of
those
being
ashes.
okay, instead of being kind of just spewing up every time you move, now the water does appear to be clean. Strangely far warmer than the surrounding ambient temperature in here. It's chilly in here, but this water is like, it's not hot, but it's warm.
Did someone pee in the water, guys?
It feels about that temperature, but no, doesn't smell like it.
Alright, so I am allowed to get the ashes in my backpack.
I mean, what are you gonna hold them? Because they're on the water. They're
What do I have in
moist.
my
It's wet
stuff?
ashes.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
She should just clump it all in. So he does anyway.
What I got in here? I can put it in. I'll put it in with Jameski's hand.
Oh no, don't. That's so
Yes.
bad.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you mix. You put the clump of watery ashes into the pickle juice brine that is currently pickling Jameson's hand.
Yeah.
Did he lose hand again?
No. This
no,
this
you
was.
have the left hand. I have the right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So just make a note that there's ashes in there now as well.
Okay. All right. Pickled ash.
All right.
I tell everyone, I can see some stairs up here and some old planks.
Okay. Question. Did you
Hmm?
guys already explore northern part, or are we only going downstairs?
We haven't done anything yet.
Well, we're trying to find out what the cause of this all is, so I'm assuming we need to just keep going deeper.
How much longer are we gonna do this?
Maybe 10 minutes. Glorical, just retroactively, since you would have passed through the same place, just make a perception check, just for the hallway previous to where you are now.
Gotcha. Holy shit, this is laggy. Why is this map so laggy suddenly?
Okay, you would have noticed that ever so slightly in the previous hallway, there was a spot where it was just a little bit warmer. And then it got cold again.
Got a little warm, a little cold.
Yeah.
I relay this to team not knowing what its significance is.
Rain doesn't know.
Yeah. Felt about the same temperature as this water.
Maybe we should go there. If you remember
Rain's
where it's at.
open to suggestions.
The threat might be further deeper.
I mean, if your
I'm not having any
computer's
problems.
if your computer's a
I'm not
little
having any problems
potatoey, it
either.
might be, but it shouldn't be that. It's not a huge map.
Huh. It's weird. Never had any issue before. Maybe, never mind. Wherever you guys want to go, I will simply follow.
We should head deeper, and if something's still up near where we are currently, we can just get it on the way out.
I think we should rock paper scissors this because I want to check out the warm water. So if we have to roll for it, then I'm down.
If you're investigating the water, just make an investigation check. Something off about the smell of it. Can't quite believe.
Well,
It's smelly water.
I'm gonna ask the fish lady if she's okay at this point because she's just been cross-eyed most of the whole entire time.
Should I be rolling an investigation as
I
well?
keep
If
missing
you'd
my
like to
flame.
investigate the water, yeah.
What's my character?
I keep missing
Yeah,
my
I'll do
flames.
it.
I keep going a little cross-eyed.
I will briefly look at the water to see if there's anything I notice.
Okay, canonically,
Deep water.
It's
She's having a stroke.
canonically, this one was like, because earlier the smell was starting to get to her. I'm just saying that it's bothering her so much it's hard for her to focus.
fair enough.
There we go. Excuses.
I'm gonna see if I can hear anything.
Okay. Aside from up ahead, you don't hear much of anything up ahead, but just behind you, where the sort of the roots of this tree are coming out, you do hear like ever so slight movement of water, almost as if it's kind of coming in here from somewhere.
Guys, do you want to break down this wall? Or what's in here? Is it a
Is
wall?
there a wall? I don't know. Go look.
We can try.
Just to see where this water is coming from. I don't recall seeing anything when we were in town. It wasn't. Did we see any kind of stuff? I'm asking.
Rivers or anything like that? As far as you
what
can
was the
recall, not
closest?
really, no.
Oh, is this the wall that you guys are talking about?
Mm-hmm. You notice that around there, the water there is getting about 3 feet deep or so. So that's like, it's getting up to your waist, going right now, right down to the corner.
Hmm.
Wait, can we swim under it? Is that a thing?
Oh, I can.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah.
If we're not fucking stroking out currently.
Having it pointed out that there's a sound of water possibly rushing in, you do notice that under the roots of this tree, there does appear to be a small opening, maybe just enough to squeeze through that this water appears to be kind of trickling through.
Okay, if you feel
I'm
okay,
gonna-
we can go check it out.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'll go check it out then.
Make sure to come back immediately if any issue.
Can do.
I'm not a fan of water, so I stand here.
Yeah.
All right. Now, without dark vision, as you kind of shuffle your way through it, there does appear to be a bit of an underground stream. How far would you like to move up this stream?
Is this just like one continuous stream and there's like nothing above it? Like there's no sort
Make a
of
perception
pocket of
check with
air?
disadvantage.
Ooh, okay, yeah, 'cause it'd be very dark.
Calling a
It's
woman.
basically pitch black in
Oh,
there.
nice.
Well, no, I have to do a disadvantage, so
What is that?
Okay.
Okay, 13.
Okay. 13's not bad.
How far would you go before turning back?
I would go until there's an air pocket, so until I can pop my head out.
Okay. So you swim through about what you figure is maybe 35, 40 feet
Oh, I cleared that shit so quickly.
before there's a break up top.
Hmm.
The earth gives way. You feel a bit of stone, tile.
Hmm.
The water breaks. There's some form of room.
Oh fuck! I can't see anything. Okay, time to break out the tinderbox. Actually, maybe I don't know. It's so dark. Wait, who rolled that? Oh,
Me,
that's
I'm just keeping on my toes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll. Wait, what's in the tinderbox again?
All right.
Let's see. Dry clothes, accepting oil used.
There's some-
Kindle fire. Use light torch or anything abundant. Is there any wood around?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Well, fuck.
You feel around, and it just seems like a stone room. Can't see any. Don't feel any debris or anything. Just this sort of slowly eroded away part of the ground that seemed to give way into this river.
It's kind of.
How long would it
she
take
just-
us there?
Yeah, I'm just slowly. She's just slowly kind of walking around in this tiny little space, trying to figure. She's just gonna run her hand along the walls and see if there's any sort of break in this area.
Okay, so she's been gone for a couple minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling around around that corner, you do feel what seems to be a seam in the wall, but it's hard to tell with no light. So she's been gone for a couple minutes. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm
Figuring out
beginning
why
to
she's
worry
been gone for
since-
so long.
I am lighting a torch and putting it near the entryways.
And she feel along the seam a little more, and then pop back down into the stream and head back towards them.
I'm waiting for some Indiana Jones stuff.
There we go. There's the torch there. All right, you're gonna pop back down through the stream. Come back there.
Yep.
And Rora emerges from below the roots of this tree.
Is it swimmable for us?
It's a really tight squeeze. It should be fine for most of you. Depending on how fast of a swimmer you are, you should be able to make it no problem while holding your breath. I had to swim about 45 feet to get there, so it'll take a bit for you guys. If you aren't particularly strong swimmers, it might not be doable.
What did you see?
Considering I can't see in the dark, not a whole lot. I felt
Oh.
around the room a bit. I felt a seam in the wall that I was going to investigate, but I realized I had been gone for so long. I should probably pop back in and check.
Did you see any immediate threats inside the other room?
No, I did not.
One thing you did notice about that room is it was muggy and warm.
It was very muggy and warm, though.
What would happen if I held on to your... Wait, you didn't have a tail, right?
I can if I wanted to.
What if it worked? Okay, if I held on to you and checked it out with you, because I have dark vision. Do you guys think that's a good idea?
If you clung to my leg very tightly, I could clear us through there as fast as possible, but you'd have to hang on tightly.
This is starting to sound progressively more dangerous. Did you see any
thought, right.
staircase that may have connected to staircase right above us?
I cannot see in the dark.
Can I go? Can I go?
I mean, you don't have dark vision, so...
I have my torch. I mean, my
It'll
thingy.
get wet during the thing.
Yeah, unless you have a skin suit, everything's gonna get wet.
Okay.
I
You should
have
be
a rope.
fine. Come on.
To be just careful. Okay. Should I tie a rope on me or just hold on to you?
No, tie a rope around me just in case your hands.
It is
might slip
not
in the
good
water.
if party splits, so I will unbegrudgingly go into water as well.
All right, rope around the party. Roll leading.
No. If you carry too many people, there's no way you'll actually be able to pull us under.
If you're all trying to swim, then.
Yeah, it's just mostly to stay connected and.
Okay.
So be it.
And I can kind of go a bit faster, so at least I can make the swim time a bit faster for everybody.
Okay. So, Ralra, make an athletics check, just as you're
Athletics
pulling everyone through.
Why don't we just
Do I
do this
assume
one at a
since
time?
we're
Can I-
technically trying to achieve the same thing?
Yeah, wait, should I do it with advantage?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
With this sort of everybody just kind of helping. Good thing you have advantage.
Oh my god! What is
Dice?
my rolls? Hang on. What the fuck? Hang on.
Wow.
What is my rolls?
I saw it land on 18, but then it turned to 4.
All right. So with a 9. Okay. It's
I didn't mean to roll.
It's okay. With it's more difficult than you were expecting, having 3 people tied to you and trying to swim at your normal speed. But just with your natural swim speed and the help of everyone getting through, there is a moment where you think, like, I'm gonna make these people fucking drown by accident, oh shit. And then you break water. Some of you come up coughing, having a bit of trouble holding your breath, but for the most part, you all come through into this small
Are
room.
we all together?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna give a group hug.
Hey.
You're all wet, and it is warm in here.
I'm hugging all y'all too.
There does seem to
Big
be,
fishy hug.
right down in that corner there, there does seem to be a door. At least those of you with dark vision can just barely make it out, as there's no natural light in here.
Can I check for traps?
Yes, make an investigation check.
Oh my god, why haven't I been doing insight? I have a fucking
don't-
+5 in that.
How do I turn my drag back on? I just click it now.
I turned off 3D dice for myself. I realized I might not fucking might not be my friend right now.
As far as you can tell, it does not appear to be trapped.
Okay. I'll try and open it up.
Okay. Just kind of pushing at it. Like, look, you don't see any sort of lever or anything, but you notice as you push on it, it does begin to give way slightly.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Guys, I think I need help pushing this door.
Yep. We're just gonna try to give it a good shove.
Alright. Just, either one of you make athletics with advantage.
Should I?
We're not supposed to tell
Well,
All right.
Deja vu.
I've been in the space before. Da, 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 da. And you pull
Okay, the
the
second I
door
fucking
open.
turn off 3D dice rolling, I get a fucking natural 20.
It's a sign.
Sign, I'm keeping it off.
As the door opens, revealing a pathway. You notice as you open this kind of a wave of heat hits you, and it's more of an uncomfortable warmth.
Is it like
as
warm
it
enough that you would be
opens.
defensive? Like if you were to feel it?
It's unpleasantly warm. And it's much drier heat coming through here than what's in this room. It's like being next to a campfire.
Is
Does
there
it
any way I
stink?
can roll an intelligence
Mhm.
check to figure out if this is any form of flammable gas?
Yeah, just make an intelligence check.
Also, I love the fact that you say, as she opens it, instead of just basically her vault kicking it down like it's nothing. Yeah, basically.
Hey, wait, you said investigation?
Yes. No, just intelligence. Just straight intelligence.
Does it stink?
No.
Okay.
Bada
It
bing,
smells-
bada boom.
You
not
smell it.
smelly.
There's no senses of flammable gases or anything like that. It just
Stink.
there's a slight hint of just a burning smell, but nothing chemical. It's just heat, as if you're in proximity to a fire or something.
So he puts his hand to his face and nods up and down. Yes. Something is definitely burning in here. Based
That
on
can't be
corpses, probably a body. I could be wrong, but I most likely am right.
I don't smell a barbecue.
God damn it.
Has barbecue sauce been invented in this world?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh Jesus! I thought this was a world where everything was medieval and like.
It
food
is,
sucked.
but there's still coffee and
Right.
it's just expensive. Fancy foods are expensive.
Right. 'cause
Most
it's
people
not-
have like plain meat or maybe salt and pepper.
Gotcha. Okay, this is good news. I mean, not good news, but this is fun to understand. Are we moving forward? Because I am completely ready to go forward.
Yeah, let's go forward.
Oh wait, before Fish Lady move, I don't want Fish Lady in front because she keeps screaming.
What?
Yeah,
No, I
was
wasn't
broke. I
screaming
think
in
we
character.
need to go.
Stop.
It is okay. I will step here. Let me be right here. Is there any way I can look at any of the flooring to make sure there isn't some kind of disconnect in the flooring that could potentially be a trap, like some trap making? I don't know if that's
As you look, you notice how all of your companions have walked on literally every tile in this in this room, and you figure if there was a trap, they'd all be dead already.
Nods
'cause
to
all of
self.
us-
I am very smart. This makes a lot of sense. Don't need to
Oh.
think any further.
All of us were just like, alright, let's just walk.
Yep, it's like that.
Is there any doors in this room? Because I can't see up or down.
It seems to be a straight hallway to what appears to be the backside of a secret passageway.
Ooh.
Do I
The
see any
closer you get
Yeah.
to it, the hotter it gets.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I back up.
I did not move a single inch.
I'm going to also back up a bit.
I want to go through. I'm going through on my own.
How are we gonna
Okay,
go through? It's a
so it's
success.
it does appear like to be the back of a doorway, but it seems to be. Yeah, it's a doorway, but it looks like it's meant to be melded into the wall.
Does it look sturdy? Does it look loose?
For how hot it is, it must be sturdy. It does appear to be made of metal. So, at least on this side. So you're going through, Skids?
Yes.
All right. As you...
Before he does, I'd
Yeah.
like to move myself just shy of around this corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see where that is.
As you-
Aurora's gonna back up.
As you kind of grab the handle, it's hot. You take a single point of fire damage.
Yikes.
As it kind of singes your hand as you push the door open.
Hopefully there's loot. This better be worth it. Get a...
So just once I open this, just stay where you are.
Okay.
This lady did not leave room in time. It is damn shame.
Oh, sweet
As
Jesus.
you open it up,
No,
there's
I'm right
immediately
here.
fire in your view, right in front of you. As ahead, you see a man shape, slamming his fists against a coffin as he kind of turns to you. Sort of a roaring and crackling fire engulfing his entire body. You notice there's quite a bit of stuff in this room on fire. And this intense wave of heat as if this entire room is burning just wafts over you as he turns.
Okay, question. Has combat started?
Better
Because if not, I'd like to switch to the anticipation discipline for bonus on initiative.
All right, you can do that, and then we're going to. This is where we're going to call the session.
Can I go look at him real quick? Because am I allowed to see him? Because on my screen it's glitched. It's just a big fat pillar.
Wait.
This thing.
Yeah, that's well, wait. I can only do it on this screen.
Ignore my rolls.
You can't see him?
No.
Oh, he is blocked by your view, but there.
Oh, fucking Ghost Rider. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, really.
Not quite Ghost Rider, but you know. Anyway.
Come on, good initiative roll.
Well, we'll roll initiative next session when we start. Because this is where we're gonna call it for the night, for the day.
Oh, okay.
As I have to get off to family dinner and such.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, we got a little bit of a.
Sorry for the late entrance.
Hey, that's all good. It's
at least you showed up.
It's not all good.
No, at least you showed up.
Instead of leaving halfway through.
It shouldn't be a good thing to just show you. I should have been here on time. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Like, we legitimately have people who
drinking.
don't show up, so it's okay. We've been drinking 3 nights in a row. Okay, it's understandable.
I feel like ass.
Don't drink tonight.
I'm not.
I will.
I will also.
All right.
Are you gonna be on VR chat? Anybody later?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Maybe I've got to go to family dinner, and then I've got the session that I'm a player in tonight. So.
If I am gonna drink, I have to do it tonight because they're gonna do alcohol and drug tests on Tuesday. So.
Can't get drunk at your place of employment? Like, meaning
No,
like on your free time?
No. Well, I mean, you can, but not when they're gonna drug test, alcohol test you on the next day.
Oh, okay. That's not such. Okay.
Like it's just gonna make sure you're not currently drunk at that point.
Yeah, that's okay. I was very concerned. I was like, wait, why would they?
Yeah, you can't get drunk and then go do that.
Well, no shit.
Makes sense.
No.
All right. So, thank you guys for hanging out. And
Look at how hardcore my persuasion is, dude. I'm charismatic as fuck. Watch this shit. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
Look at my fucking insight. I should have been using my insight this entire time for shit.
That's for that's basically sense motive on people.
I know. I should have been doing it more though. Hang on. I want to test something real quick because I swear to God,
I need to start using my stealth more.
Okay.
I should have stealthily opened the goddamn door.
14 radiant. Alright, it seems like all my rolls are better without the thing on. For now on, I'm gonna test to see what the fucking magical thing wants to like more. Is physical dice rolling or just the thing?
Alright, so I think we're gonna end the stream here, guys. Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a little bit more, right until the end there anyway, it was a little bit more travel and then roleplay. Yeah. We'll see how this, there's a lot more of this kind of crypt dungeon, but yeah.
That's creepy crypt.
Yes.
Yes.
But do you feel like
I'm gonna try to persuade him
found
next time.
something big and spooky here? So.
Yeah, it's very fiery, and roll was instantly like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to make a note of what I'm
might be
gonna
the
do.
boss they're talking about.
Next. This is a secret.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out on the stream. We will see you in the next exciting episode of Team Oasis D&D.
Yeah.
Woo!